Xbox.
There we are. Did you say Xbox?
Yes.
What about it?
Oh,
no.
you said
as in player.
PCs, and I just said Xbox.
Oh, I was like, Sid, it is on Xbox. What are you talking about? No, it's fun. Hey everyone, what's up? We were talking about Elden Ring, and Ryan and Andrew and I are playing our Aberrant Empire characters in Elden Ring, which has been neat.
And instead of playing D&D tonight, actually, we will only be talking about Elden Ring, as requested by you, the viewer.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Andrew, what was your build you were making right again?
So, what I was doing was...
Oh no, Sid, you broke my screen. She can't hear me saying that.
I committed.
You committed, Sid, you committed to the bit, and you broke the screen for a moment. Well done.
So, I'm going with a dragon butt toucher class, and what I did was I modded the game. I found some code. Never mind.
My dog will see your butt toucher and raise you to butt licker.
I have one question.
I am not that flexible, sir.
I have one follow-up question. When you say a dragon butt toucher, is that a dragon that touches butts, or is that anyone that touches a butt that is dragon along the ground?
Never tell.
Oh, in any case, enough of that. Moving on to we are doing a huge time skip today.
I gotta turn you down. Sorry, you're on your other mic today. Fixed.
Oh right.
Sorry.
Yeah. So we're doing a huge time skip, but we can start off regular just by recapping what happened last session. It was only last week, even though we're doing a huge time skip.
It's true.
It was the Day of the Dead, and it was the fucking worst. The end.
We talked to some ghosts.
It was the Dia de los Muertos. That's true.
Ryan got absolutely owned by this dead guy.
Owned by a ghost.
Just put in the emotional toilet, and that was fun. We paid our respects and kind of dove into the mentality and emotions revolving around that event. Where do we go from there? Shit. I'm sorry, I'm still chewing dinner.
Yeah, there were definitely some things involving...
We warped into... back to the Magic Mountain. I don't recall the name of the mountain, but it's above the Soul Forge.
Right.
The Iron Room Mountains.
Iron Room Mountains, thank you. We found ourselves in the middle of the latrine. Thankfully not in the actual cistern part, but middle of the latrine.
Which was a relief because Hunter hadn't pooped in like the entire season of any of this.
It was on multiple levels a relief.
There was not enough on-screen pooping. I apologize for that. I will try to do better.
Yeah, it's weird. We never really focus in on what's going on down there.
What was it? Was it the mountains between or beneath the Titans? Was that the campaign where we had the giant poop incident?
Yeah. The berries.
Yeah.
The poison berries.
Yeah. So we did that. And we went down into the Soul Forge, and I'll put a ... on that because I imagine Sid wants to recap that part because it's very important to her character. But then ... after that was Day of the Dead stuff. We each made sort of an effigy of like a character. Yeah, Anwar got owned by a soldier that he killed. I think he was trying to make peace, but the soldier didn't want no peace. The ghost of the soldier it was. Hunter made an effigy of like a mentor of his or someone who trained him or something, or it was just a friend, childhood friend or something. I remember she said she had a crush on you.
Yeah, this was Aoife who was worked the bar, in Stim Garden. Not the Lucky Cross. There's like a
Hammered Clam?
Oh, no, it was the Cloverleaf or something.
Yeah, the Cloverleaf. She worked there.
We
just
saw
a
her
small
like
town
episode
girl.
1, and that was about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Audra put in one of her father who was like, I'm a peace man. It's all good, but also name a cow after me. It'd be nice. And then Sid also had an interesting incident with the one she put in. And I'll leave all that to her because that's all.
My son showed up and he didn't have any eyes. He's like, Mummy, the fancy tall man took my fucking eyes and I was shooketh, is essentially what happened.
The creepypasta man came and took me away.
So we decided it was time to crack some knuckle. And
I'm gonna crack more than that.
Yeah.
And speaking of cracking things, Audra privately threw down the gauntlet with Lowpaw. Like, hey, I made a mistake. Let's do this. And then we also went back to Stem Garden and talked to Mazdan a bit, who apparently also has some reservations about Lowpaw. And I don't recall what else happened in Stem Garden. I don't think a whole lot.
Yeah, we kind of TLDR'd a couple things. Mainly the point with Mazadon is that you rolled really well on your persuasion to get him to like you guys after presenting an illithid corpse. So that's good. But yeah, those things did happen, and
there was just the Soulforge stuff as well. But I want to hand that over to Sid if she wants to do it, because it's kind of her domain.
Yep.
Did I not just do that?
No. I was talking beneath it with
the thing about your daughter.
Oh yeah. Alt Timeline daughter's mad sick, and so is Alt Chimera, and I think Alt Aura. Like, they're all pretty bad. So spent like a little bit of time, or I mean, I made a dice roll onto whether or not I could figure out like who I could talk to maybe get information on that, and I passed that information over to them.
And then there's also just the ritual of Keone herself, like Keone Prime.
Yeah, we took care of the baby. Everybody chipped in some fond, happy memories. Not all happy, but mostly happy. And then freaking Lava Bear came, and he was like, "No, screw your ritual." And we were like, "You thought?" And she was mostly okay, but not entirely okay. Like, something's off, but not. I mean, she's around. She's more Keone than what she was, but not entirely Keone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there was a whole lot of that. And also, one thing that we forgot to mention or really acknowledge, it was Chimera's birthday during that whole day.
I didn't know that. That's terrible.
Bad fucking birthday.
I feel like that could have been brought up.
Nope.
Chimera's just like, I'm not even gonna tell anyone.
Mommy, happy birthday.
But just so we know as players, what was Chimera feeling about that during the day?
It, like, that entire event just completely, like, washed whatever. Like, maybe it'll be an okay day. It just completely washed it away. It was her first birthday without her son. Like, it was already bad, and it was just all compounded onto it. So it wasn't even a, like, let's celebrate. It was a, we're done here.
Yeah. Speaking of, so there's a number of things that people can recap, because we're jumping forward 4.5 months from Samhain to Ostara. So a lot of time has passed. This is the longest time skip we've ever had in any of our campaigns, I believe. So there are some things I want to allow people to recap, and there might be some skill checks along the way. It seems like the most immediate thing that we didn't get a chance to do last time was that Chimera, I think with the help of Hunter, wanted to do some investigating, some sneak investigating, some breaking and entering kind of stuff.
Yes.
For Knuckles' residence and place where he works.
Yeah.
So going to his residence, which would be easy enough to find. He doesn't have a mansion or anything, but his house is significantly nicer than the average house in the area. He is kind of a well-to-do businessman. Definitely lives in the nice part of town with a pretty nice house. He will have a couple guards, a couple of orcs out front who guard his front door area. Doesn't seem like they're patrolling around all over the place. They're just kind of like at his door. So you would see that at some point. You would be able to, I think, eventually sneak in. So I'm not going to have you roll for that. But I would like either you or Hunter with advantage, since you two were doing it together, Well, first of all, is there any kind of like flavor you guys had about how you would break in or anything like that? I know you guys got some nifty abilities.
Oh, I can absolutely teleport in there. I don't even have to set foot in the house, technically.
Yeah, we could be doing different, like branching off. Like she could get the house, and I could be like tracking down leads and try and figure out where he's gone and what he's up to now.
Yeah, I guess it all depends on. I guess you would work out with her. Who do you want to talk to and stuff? Because I know she was weary of talking to people about him.
Gotcha.
Mad weary that somebody's just gonna go and tip him off, because at this point, my theory, my feeling, is that everyone that we've been associated with the rebellion has been loyal to this man and currently has no reason to not be. Like, we just had a shift in management is all we've had. Like, he hasn't shat in on anyone on the way out as far as we know. So I'm very like as far as talking about him, like verbally looking for him.
Right. Well, I guess if we're sticking together as far as the house goes, I would like to grant you advantage by like chatting up the guards while you bamf in and like do what you need to do.
Okay. All right, so yeah, all you need is like a window to bamf in there, so that would be easy enough. But go ahead and roll me an investigation to see if there are any things that you notice while looking around.
Oh, that was 16. So close to 20.
16 is still pretty good, especially for a flat roll. So you would see that his manor is 2 floors. And on the top floor, in the bedroom area, in the master bedroom area, he has a desk, as well as a pretty nice library. It looks like he's well read. There seem to be books from all over the place, even like outside the far realms. It seems like he's imported books coming in. And you see that his desk is filled with a number of papers that include various inventory lists and things like that. It seems like he mostly focuses on things that are unique to the area, so things that would seem exotic to somebody far away. So like the rugs that you had, various furniture with various carvings in them and things like that, carvings that you wouldn't have elsewhere. It seems like that's really what he focuses on, is a lot of furniture and art and things like that. That would be one of the main things that I think you would notice from the house.
There's not any names on the paperwork, is there?
I mean, there certainly would be a number of names of companies and people and things like that, but I don't have like a list prepared for you.
Right. Just like hype, like just for the sake of it. Like
she's
gonna jot down like shorthand as much as she possibly can.
Okay. Yep. No names stick out to you at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, probably names you would recognize are various merchants in town. Like, I imagine as a merchant in town, you would know a fair amount of the other tradespeople. So you would recognize quite a few of those names.
Anwar Marwan is in there, and she's like, I gotta kill a man. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if their name was in there.
Yeah, he's probably had some of Marwan's miracles before. But then also you would also see the name of he's got a warehouse like right along, like near the docks near Smith Row, where he stores a lot of his stuff because he does a lot of shipping via sea.
Okay.
That's pretty much what you get from the house.
Damn it.
Also, you just notice that, yeah, he is nowhere to be seen. If you like were to check his drawers, doesn't really look like he's packed his bags or anything. Like you find a fair amount of stuff just sitting there, as well as like luggage and stuff.
Okay. Because I found nothing, I can probably very firmly say that this is not the last time that she's gonna pop by here. But before she leaves, like, it would be like just another quick sweep of the house. Like looking for any like weird entry points, lifting up rugs to see if he doesn't have like a hatch that leads below, like just doing the checks.
Yeah, with a 16 you don't find anything along those lines. I'd say that mostly things look pretty much on the up and up, except for in the kitchen. There's a couple things left out that indicate that he may have left in a hurry. It's not completely tidy, whereas most of his house is pretty darn tidy.
Like Poe is like, "Hey, Knuckle, you home?" And he's like, "I am absolutely home." And then he's sprinting outside.
Alright. Yep. And then the other place would be his. So yeah, with that you would have his area of business, and yeah, you would be able to check out his warehouse.
I go and I check out his freaking warehouse.
Yep.
We go.
We go. Let's do crime.
All right, doing some crime. Very similarly, like a couple guards kind of posted out. Nothing major, but enough usually. Also a couple of orcs. Seems like he's mostly employing orcs. They're big, they're tough. They can intimidate and do the job. And kind of similar deal. You can get on in there. Hunter, are you trying to get in as well to grant advantage with investigation, or is it just her going in?
Oh, I'll definitely help out for that.
Okay. Because I would say you can either grant advantage on the stealth getting in, or on the investigation. So which one do you want to do?
I feel like we need the advantage on the investigation. I feel like I have stealth covered.
Okay.
Like, I feel like the stealth will do just fine with. It's the investigation part we really need the boost on. I hope I don't eat those words.
I do have a disadvantage on stealth.
I could roll the stealth.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll give you that Hunter could roll the stealth, and then you two could roll the investigation.
Oh, okay. Whew.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, it's what you're supposed to be good at, right?
You're able to get through and everything. All right, so yeah, you get in there and then you start looking through. It looks like a bunch of his warehouse has been cleared out. Probably by this point in time, you also would have heard about how, like, Flash Iron Pan, a number of people who were more loyal to the Empire were like, the fucking ship with whatever you can, and just get the fuck out of here. The Empire isn't here to protect us, and there's barbarians at the door. So
I can't blame him for that.
yeah. So definitely a good chunk of the warehouse seems cleared out that you don't even need to roll for. It seems pretty clear. There are still some crates and stuff though. You can go ahead and roll for that if you'd like. Roll a investigation at advantage, either of you.
Sure. +0. Wee.
Same. Oh.
Can I luck that?
Yep, you like that.
Kill me.
Okay.
Oh, that's a stubborn die there.
Yeah, seems
refreshing.
It will be 13.
Seems to be a bit of a dead end. You don't seem to find anything that would indicate as to where he's gone or anything. What's left behind all seems like, I'd say with a 13, you'd be able to piece together that what's left behind is almost like a backup house, almost like start kind of like, I imagine you guys open some crates.
Yeah, right? Fuck this guy.
Yeah. You'd open some crates and you'd see like there's a dining table and chairs and a bed that's fully put together and like a couch, like a love seat kind of thing, and you've got, like a mirror, and you've got bookcases, and like you've got almost like a whole house would be like ready to go, all in these crates.
Is there a shipping address on the crate?
There's
on those
not.
crates?
You would specifically be able to tell there's not a shipping address on any of those crates.
I would like to put on my smuggler's hat and look for, if this was my warehouse, where would I hide some nooks and crannies and little like smuggler's hatches for anything I wouldn't want people to find? What should I roll for that?
I guess you'd just be rolling your own investigation. You go ahead and do that, but just not at advantage. You just have your own investigation to do.
Fair enough.
Ooh. Motherfucker!
Damn!
Do crime! Let's do crime!
No!
Oh, that's the one I got you.
Yeah, it is. My
So
good luck
you look
charm on the
through-
counter.
you look through and you notice that this bed is like fully put together already. Like
No one does that.
Out of the box, just like, yeah, like the sheets, blanket, all of it. It's like you could just ship it somewhere and then boom, instant bed, like ready to go.
How does it get through the door? That's silly.
Yeah. So you start digging around, and in that mattress, there's like kind of like an opening sleeve kind of thing where you can go up into a mattress, and there is a stash of like 500 gold in that mattress.
Well, y'all, I didn't find anything. It's gonna.
You
no,
did
I
fi-
didn't find
five
anything
there.
either.
You did find his hideaway gold.
Oh well. Ching,
Fuck
ching,
yeah.
ching, ching, ching.
Deprive the enemy.
Siri, how much does 500 gold weigh?
I would say that the gold was in like platinum bars and other like things. It wouldn't like be the
Still.
weight of a whole, but it's the equivalent of 500 gold.
On the way out, it's you that has the disadvantage on stealth and communication.
Right?
What's going on?
Yeah, money
No,
bags.
I would certainly let you in on that. Oh man, I could be really shitty.
I can keep it, dude.
No, oh no, definitely keeping it. I want to write
Attaboy.
I want to write an IOU and stick it in the mattress.
Just don't put your name on it. Just
No, or
My
handwriting.
son.
I'll use
Good
my
too.
left hand to write it, so it doesn't look like my handwriting,
Uh-huh.
and just IOU 500 gold pieces. Lol.
Smiley face.
Signed VVV.
Oh my god. So you do that, but that seems to be the extent of your investigation within the walls of Stemgarden. And beyond that, you've really run into some dead ends at this point.
I was quite bad of how that was turning out, but it turned around in the end there. It turned around.
You know, sometimes you roll a critical and earn 500 gold for that. So
I wouldn't ever know.
I know we had talked about other things Hunter wanted to do, but now I'm just going to see if I can source an awesome magic item for 500 gold. So that's the rest of only 12 pounds? What?
Only 12.
okay.
No
Okay.
I
way.
thought it was gonna be like so much more.
112. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good to know. So maybe it is a pouch of 500. It probably is a combination of platinum and gold in there.
I mean, 12 pounds is still like a bowling
not-
ball, but
yeah,
it's
it's not-
not.
Yeah. No, it's a big like bank robbers with money sign. Like it's a big thing of money.
It's like
You're not just stuffing
like
it
a
in your pockets
Mario
and hoping for the best.
bag of coins.
Yeah.
Either way, Hunter's not like, ew, whoop.
Yeah.
Like tuck that in your cleavage. You got to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not
I
boob
know-
carrying around money.
I know how I presented the find was very like, but I think in reality it would be more like oh, didn't find much.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So all of that is kind of where that leads for now. We'll cut to some other characters. I know Keone and Hunter have some other things, but let's give some other players a chance for a while. Keone will, during this time, mostly be out in the woods at either Kami House or Inger's place, and then Hunter is going out and scouting quite a bit with Tucker and Twig. So the two that are in Stemgarden the most, or Riverbed now, are Audra and Anwar. Anwar is going to be spending a good chunk of his time working. Well, I guess you can go ahead, Ryan. You can say what you're working on. You're muted.
So the last 4 months, and feel free to correct me on this estimation, but after Riverbed expelled or lost its empire, as alluded to in the Knuckle backstory, Flash Ironpan is no longer, as a empire stooge, no longer welcome, or at least he doesn't seem to be no longer, or appearing to be welcome.
He's not sticking around to find out.
Yeah. So he fled. meaning that his workshop, as well as all of his assets, are now up for grabs. So the Anwar and the Marwans, having come back to the city as the only real tinkerers in town, struck a deal that they would take the Flash Iron Pan facility, that their old workshop would be regained but converted into a clinic of sorts, help them build prosthetics, helpful tools for people in need around the area of Riverbed, like robot limbs, things like that have been lost during the war. Meanwhile, Flash Iron Pan's facility has basically become HQ for all of the Aberrant Empire shit that we've collected through all of Season 1 and are now turning it into a research. And we've sent everything back to Mother Base, and now it is being broken down and understood. Part of that is the Otto Octavius arms suit that we looted from Octavius, and trying to rebuild that and better understand our enemies.
So you had a number of things, like various components of things that you've taken at your disposal. You have 2 sets of arms from those crazy octopus, which I guess technically were hexapus squids, the like flying squid things. So that's a total of 12 arms there. And then you also had the big like octo suit from the final battle that you guys just had not long ago with the flare.
Yep.
So you will definitely have advantage on this roll, and if you want to give yourself guidance, you can do that too. But yeah, you'll have the help from your father, who's a tinkerer. You'll have the help from Bjorn, probably the help from Audra, if Audra's doing any kind of forging-like stuff. So you'll have help from quite a few people. So go ahead and give me a roll at advantage of whatever your tinkerer's tools. I guess that's an intelligence check plus proficiency.
Actually, as an artificer at level 6, he now has expertise in all of his tools.
Nice.
So that definitely includes tinkering tools.
So if you get a 10 on this, you just have no excuse.
Yeah. Well, let's see how it goes.
Sure.
Plus, our proficiency is 3.
Yeah.
Plus 1d4 for guidance. It should also be said that as a part of opening up this facility, Anwar has opened up a work-study program where young bright minds who have expressed an interest in sciences are there working as well.
You probably get one of the water genasi and like a few other people that are like, we're skinny and scrawny and we do not fit in with these barbarians coming in. We need another outlet.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see how that looks.
Damn.
Pocket 17s.
Nice.
For a total of 30.
Yeah, with a 30, you're able to fix up all of them, even the damaged ones. I mean, you have 4.5 months to do it. Some of them are harder than others, but by the time we pick back up, you have successfully fixed and turned into each of those 6 arms, so a total of 12 arms, you've turned into a rod, where that ability, each of those arms that could do that thing is based off of what a mind witness could do. Each of those rods has 3 charges per day. And so that's a total of 12 rods that you've made for, I guess, the town or whatever to help build up like the magical part of defenses, because you can't fix everything with an axe. And then you were working on, I don't know if you want to say this now or later, you were working on something else too besides the octo thing.
We'll do that when we all reconvene.
Okay. All right. So yeah, and then also, yeah, the octo suit and everything, you were able to get that fully functional and operating. It does seem like it's a little unwieldy, so it's not the type of thing you would like go off adventuring in, but it does seem like it, especially for defense, could be really good.
And that came with some kind of either levels an artificer or intelligence requirement in order to use?
Yeah.
Since it's a little bit more advanced than point rod at thing and do thing.
Yeah, especially with all the arms and stuff, it would be very quick to like mess up and hurt yourself or others.
Yeah. I think of that one. I think it was Iron Man 2 where the guy has the suit and then the suit spins around.
Yeah. It could go very poorly, so there's definitely some requirements there, which your father would barely meet. But yeah.
Ooh, the student has surpassed the master.
But yeah, a big part of Anwar's time skip is kind of reclaiming his family's reputation. Because if you remember, I don't know how much the propaganda machine was working. The Marwans and Anwar in particular were enemy number one for the explosion of Mabon. And now they've come back and are trying to be a more I guess a better presence in the riverbed community by helping build up defenses and things like that for the town when they need it next.
And as we know, Anwar sometimes struggles with the social aspect. Sometimes he just kind of talks people's ear off and stuff. He will have a bit of help from Bjorn, who has a bit more of a reputation in the town. So you will get advantage with that or small multiplier you have, but I would like some kind of charisma roll, whether it be persuasion. I guess it just depends. If you're trying to like logic your way through and persuade people to be nice to you, then there's that. If you want to like intimidate and like, it's up to you. How do you want to try to win people?
Yeah, I want to like have all of his missiles flare out, and he's like, "You will accept me."
So what would you like? What would you like to roll?
No, he's very much trying to get in everyone's good graces. And even though I already have advantage, I want to point out, because I remember this now, Anwar's background is clan crafter, which means he has the respect of the stout folk. So,
well, at the very least, if nothing else, you have the respect of the stout folk.
Yeah, Bjorn's like, I still like you, boy. And I'm like, I know! I know! Alright, let me...
It's the equivalent to your dad being like, I'm proud of you, son. It's like, thanks, Dad.
This is Persuasion. And if I can, I don't know if guidance will work for this or not, but...
Yeah, I don't think it's any like one check. It's kind of like what you're doing over time. 15. All right.
You take that.
Not like amazing, but like yeah, they seem to be favorable of you. Like yeah, cool. Marlins, yeah. I mean they're cool. They're not getting in anybody's way. They seem nice. I will say too that even though you guys weren't going around parading, that you guys like are a big part of why the Empire is out. Mazadon would kind of decree to a number of people, including the two brothers who were kind of in charge of this town up until the election, like, these people are to be respected. Like, these people have done a major solid. You give a toast to these men and women. You drink to them. So you guys have, without even trying, a reputation has started to build around you. And so, yeah, there's a fair amount of respect, and people generally seem to like the Marwans. There's always factions that don't like each other as much, but for the most part, you've got a pretty solid founding in the community. And so that is part of what's going on with the Marwans. And Audra, what have you been up to over the past few months?
Oh boy, many things. Also, apologies for dropping in and out. I've dealing with a lot of crap off camera. So a few things. One, she would have like honored her father's wishes and done the named the calf after him, one after him, one after her sister, so that it can get sort of that circle of life thing going, you know. And then so something I was talking to Richard about was that she will sort of, now that the Empire is gone and religion is no longer just like illegal, she's gonna kind of start building some altars for some folks who may want to start practicing their stuff. So she, she's obviously gonna make one for the Becoming first, because that's who she's following, but she will make one for Sylvanas, the nature god. She'll make one for, maybe like Tor. She'll probably do like an unnamed one just for somebody looking for some sort of direction, So how, Richard, whatever the realistic number is she could make during the time period is what she'd be making. So she's doing that. Oh, sorry.
I don't think making altars would be all too hard. So the big Illithid temple, basically they would tear down all the imagery of the Illithid and just allow until the town decides on like what is the main god they're going to like rally behind. It's basically just an altar set out for all sorts of gods to be like, hey gods, welcome back.
Yeah, and I mean I do have the not clan crafter, the guild artisan background, so like, she could totally be a big, and I mean I'm sure most of the artisan row in Riverbed is involved in that project, but she would definitely be like a prominent person in making a lot of that happen. So she's doing that.
And part of that would end up leading to various people asking about like, who is the Becoming? We've not heard of this god before.
Right.
So the Becoming has asked for you to gain more followers in order for him to get more power, so he can give you more power. So I would allow you to do either a religion or persuasion check to try to see if you can get more followers. So
okay.
You can go ahead and do that. I don't think you'd have a reason to have advantage in this case, though, because no one else knows who the hell this god is.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's the same mod for me. But dirty 20, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Hey, have you heard the good news?
Yeah, definitely a lot of people would start to hear, especially since the rumors like, hey, did you hear that like Audra's one of the people who totally like killed the name that starts going around is like she's one of the Flare Slayers.
That sounds familiar.
So that is the name that starts building for you guys, is being because you guys slayed a Flare.
Yeah, somewhere those Westing brothers are still lying in that pool.
You are the Flare Slayers.
And in the same way that she, you asked this before, Richard. And I don't think, if I remember correctly, none of us as the party were like, yeah, we did this, like broadcasting it.
Yeah,
but, like,
it didn't seem like anyone was doing that.
Yeah,
but word travels fast.
Yeah, but much in the same way where she, like, if she is asked, she will tell people. It's the same deal with Becoming. She's not a door knocker by any means, but if people ask her, hey, what's up with this, and ask questions, she will answer them. But she's not, like, proselytizing or anything, you know?
Yeah. Being... With a 20, it seems like that strategy has worked out.
Yeah.
And a number of people have started to be like, well, this Becoming guy must be the real fucking deal.
Yeah. So that's one half of what she's doing. Then the other big half is, since there are a lot more barbarian folk coming into the town now, she has been doing a whole lot of sparring and training with them and getting real strong. Getting real tough, if you will, capital T tough. And it's generally getting beefier. And I think some of that, kind of tying it back to the religion thing, some of that, I described initially when I described her, like, obviously furbolgs are tall and she is strong, but I always imagined more of like the lean muscle mass kind of build. She's not like super bulky. But as a result of this training with all these barbarians, she is starting to get just generally a little beefier. And as such, maybe that armor's getting a little snug. So she's also been thinking a little bit about, like, maybe some full plate, What if I upgrade this armor? I'm going to need to resize it anyway. Why don't just go whole hog,
Yes.
So she's kind of been thinking about that a little bit, too, during her training.
Yeah, and she normally would have, like, easily been able to find the material to do that. But one of the issues that has come up since the Empire got the hell out of Dodge, a lot of, like, they took a lot of, like, their last, like, group of raw materials, and a lot of the merchants, including Flash Iron Pan, like, left with a lot of their last stock of stuff. And the dwarves that the Silverbeard family that kind of sold out the region and then took it over with the Empire's help, they are not, like, shipping goods or materials down the river anymore. Like, they're kind of holed up being like, fuck, like, we don't want to deal with these people because they're gonna freaking kill us, which has really caused huge economic strain on the town. Like, of
But-
course, there's still like a lot of farming and stuff.
But also, realistically speaking, how many ships disappeared in like the span of a week? Was
Yeah,
it
yeah.
2 or
Yeah.
3?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
When
When we hijacked ships, they're like, I don't want to fucking sail out there.
Every other day, I swear to God, another ship gets stolen. The same shit. The same
For
shit
real, they
got
took
stolen.
an army out there and none of
Yeah.
them came back.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
I also think resources that she does have are definitely going into some of those altars she's building and stuff too. And I imagine, in Richard, I don't know if you wrote any specifics down, but I imagine there's also probably some like specifications that the Becoming would want if she's like trying to build armor, like sort of like in that not in that image, but you know what I mean. Like, hey,
Yeah.
this is a project I want to do for you. How should I make it?
Yep. Yeah. So there's all of those things. So yeah, she was training with barbarians quite a bit. All of that stuff. I don't think I really need a roll for that because obviously you got the stats that you got out of that.
Yeah, she got a huge HP bump, 21 HP bump over this time skip.
Yeah. So let's go back over to Hunter for a bit because after helping Chimera, he is kind of linked up with Poe and some of the other Resistance members and has gone out scouting to see, like, okay, the Empire apparently left. Are they gone from everywhere? I don't know. So this is a really important time to scout out and see, like, where in the world are these guys right
Carmen
now?
San Diego.
Yeah. So this purple line that I didn't mean to show you guys last time, but is totally here now. This is the line that basically Hunter has been traveling a lot. And during this time period, Hunter has recognized that the Empire is not completely gone. And this purple line roughly indicates the extent of where you still see Imperial presence.
Now, Tucker helped. Tucker did some work too, so it's not all me. It's Tucker helped.
I mean, to be honest, a lot of it was Twig, because he can get around a lot faster than you guys.
Oh, hell yeah. That little lad can move.
Yep.
He beats feet.
Yep. So yeah, there's a lot that you notice. In general, there's a lot of power vacuums. There's a lot of towns that suddenly are kind of struggling to find leaders. Linolia seems to, that whole side of the mountain range kind of over to the west, is doing a bit better because that's all area you've kind of started to hear various towns say, like, hey, this is all within, like, Mazadon's claim. That he's going to be, like, he's going to run protection for all this. Like, people, like, the law is not going to get crazy. If you want to be a freaking leader in this city, it's, like, basically with his approval. And Mazadon does seem to be promoting democracy for the most part. Like, he's very, like, local government kind of, I don't want anybody having too much power. And so that's why he's kind of promoting a lot of elections and things like that. So that's kind of neat for those who like democracy. But once you further out
What
to,
a
like,
concept.
where like the Lobel side was, it's just kind of like the wilds out there right now. It's very wild west, although in this case it's the east. So everything on the other side of the mountains is kind of crazy right now. And yeah, you would also have found out that, like, all the forts and everything have been completely taken over. But there still is a concentrated, like, once you get within to the confines of where the Empire still is, there's a much heavier concentration because a lot of them just kind of came into a more densely populated area. And it all does seem to be kind of surrounded around Fort Moltra. Like, hey, I don't want you taking Fort Moltra, so I'm going to give a bit of padding to make sure no one's going and taking that over. So you do get the sense that Cerebro still has a presence in the area with all of your scouting. But while doing that, you also wanted to investigate to see if you had any signs of Knuckle. Is that correct?
Yeah, I definitely wanted to invest some time. One scheme I had concocted was to have to write up basically like a letter to Knuckle, kind of catching him up on the situation, like not everything, but like things that he would need to know.
Yeah.
And having Knuckle drop that, or having Tucker drop that off to someone to have it sent up the chain, you know? And
Poe would be the guy if you're trying to get in touch with Knuckle. Poe's always been the guy to go to.
cool. Then we'd hit him up, and then Hunter would follow. He would sneak and track and do everything he could to like follow the line to where Knuckle is, or at least to like the P.O. box where Knuckle collects his shit.
Well, Poe has a new feature now where he can communicate telepathically, which he did for the first time last session. So I don't think you're going to end up being able to tail him to anywhere. Like he would just kind of read the letter and then relay the message. So I don't think that would work in this case. I do think that if you were to talk with Poe and be like, hey, I need to get a message, what he would end up telling you is, it looks like he has gone off playing the part of the merchant who doesn't want to be around these berserkers to like keep his charade going for a while to get in with other places.
Gotcha.
So, but he's not able to tell you where he is at the moment. And he would also say that there have been times where Knuckle disappears for long stretches of time and then just kind of comes back at some point.
I would, with hearing that information, I would ask him to loop me in next time that happens, and we can figure out like last known whereabouts before he dipped out, so we could at least get some sort of a trail.
Yeah, his understanding was that Knuckle was in STEM Garden the whole time. It seems like this now is one of those times where he's gone off to who knows where. So he might be deep undercover, or he's got his own things going on. Poe is not sure. Lastly, with Hunter, I think, Sydney, correct me if I'm wrong, you were also trying to gain info out and about of like, are there any other cases of missing children, things like that?
Yeah, like kind of what we were doing up in Waterwheel initially, where you had kids missing, and then this elderly lady's like, no, my grandkid totally went missing. Look, you can check his room. Oh, there's weird candy here. Like, I mean, as much as she can follow up on those things, I mean, I think she would at least look into them and try.
Okay.
And on top of that, I think using that with Tucker, while forming this map, using that as kind of like a cover for why we are there, as like this organization just looking to figure out where these kids are, because it's dual motives, like both are important.
So Chimera, well, any of you guys traveling a bit, getting close to Crab Claw, formerly Waterwheel, would realize that you guys are still on the shit list over there. Like, you've heard from enough people that are like, yeah, if you come in here, Lopa is going to freaking take you, and you're going to have to answer to him. He seems to have drawn a line.
Bring it.
Currently.
Shut up!
Don't bring it. Don't bring it.
To be like, as long as you're not in my city, I'm not going to come after you right now. But if you step foot in my city, like, you're under fucking my jurisdiction, and
they like get Uber.
You're gonna have to answer to me about arson and about escaping when you've been summoned and like you're being held for judgment, like all of that. Like, okay, you guys have done some things and that's cool, but you are like, you have crimes to answer to if you're coming into Crabclaw.
Well, he's gonna have to answer to being a big old fart huffer.
That may be.
We'll go in when we're good and ready.
Yeah. So in any case, so you would definitely recognize that. Chimera, unless you're traveling really far, you probably wouldn't really hear of other kidnappings or any kind of missing children, things like that. Hunter, go ahead and roll me an investigation. See when and all of your scouting out and about. Damn, he rolls well.
And so that die was decisive. Like, I clicked the button and it was just like right here.
So Hunter's got a pretty good head on his shoulders. He's been out and about for quite a while. He's pretty good at putting pieces together. He notices that there's a uptick in missing children in towns that are really close to like swamps or forests and things like that. And that's like, at some point, that's just what happens sometimes. But nothing out of the ordinary, like not a huge amount, but just sometimes kids wander off and they get lost in the woods and who knows what happens there. But there is a much higher rate of kids going missing when you get towards the towns that are closer to Castle Hill. So that is one of the things that you notice. And I think that's about all I've got for you right now, unless you had any other questions about your scouting.
No, I mean, I guess the purple indicates any like scouting areas and Empire activity.
Yeah, the purple line really seems to be, and the purple line in the water, it's not like you've been scouting in the water, but like you hear tales from people who are, seems to be that's kind of where the extent of Empire is, and they definitely seem to be going all the way up and down the river from Castle Hill to where it meets Cephalo Bay.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's about it then.
Yeah, it gives you roughly.
Sorry, did Cerebro mention that he was going to pull that far out of Linolia?
I think he gave the impression that at some point he'd be leaving the Westlands, like this whole maps area. He'd be leaving all together. So, like, what he was pitching to you guys was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go take and build this grand army, and I'm gonna get the hell out of here and like go to like the center of the Empire and take over there." But he's clearly not done that yet. He has concentrated quite a bit of power in, but he is pretty far away from Riverbed at this point. Like, the people of Riverbed are definitely not feeling the effects of the Empire over the last few months. They're pretty far removed.
Okay.
Which is enough to get Mazadon off his back, pretty much. Hunter, I think you would piece together with talking with enough locals and stuff that Mazadon had a really clear area where he and his confederation of tribes were laying claim to, and Cerebro purposefully pulled out of that. And so this other area didn't seem to have as a defined like set of rebels. So it seemed like it's much easier for him to just kind of keep control of that area. So yeah, at this point the big three are basically laying off of Cerebro for the moment. Let's see. So there's all that. There's one last thing, I think. I apologize that we're doing so much recap. I know it's been like an hour of recap. But
time skip, man. It's important.
Yeah. Chimera, you said you wanted to do something at the grave site of your son.
I find it quite prudent that I actually verify whether or not this dude actually took my son's eyes.
Yeah. All right. So give me.
Find.
Do you want perhaps a cleric involved in this exhumation, or are you doing this solo?
I just want, like, literally the plan was for her to go to y'all and be like, I need help because I'm gonna miss something. Yeah. Like, it's gonna be Grim. I need that motherfucker with the eyes. Bring him back.
Sorry, that was a weird time to look away from the camera and back and see that in Andrew's frame.
No, she definitely asked for fear of missing something if there is there. Because there's, okay, my kid kind of blew himself up a bit. Are his eyes missing because of that? Or were they taken out after the fact? Or, like...
Gotcha.
That whole thing.
Well, we all have like some overlapping time in Riverbed, right? Like there's cool.
I imagine this would have been the first few days that she would have done.
Sure. Like, yeah, I guess we're still technically retconning, if you will.
Yeah.
No, Audra's 100% down to help you with that.
So if you go over to kind of the graveyard area of where the sun would be, which would be outside the city walls, they like did not want any dead inside the city walls when the Empire was in charge. But there's definitely a bit of a graveyard outside. And you get over there, assuming that your son was buried. And so first of all, if you want to check the graveyard for anything, you go ahead and do that. I guess that would be like survival to see if there's any disturbances to the ground or anything like that. Either survival or investigation is fine.
Guess what, buddy? It's flat for both.
If you're doing it with Audra, you can have at advantage because she's helping.
Well, and it's
Sorry,
also like
what kind of
easy
roll?
to assume too that it's not necessarily something that happened recently.
Yeah. I'm sorry. What
Either-
roll are you doing, Sid?
Probably investigation because my survival's not good. It's plus 0 either way.
Are we
for
already
both
looking? Are
my
we?
skills.
Sorry, I was distracted. Are we already looking at the body, or has that not happened yet?
It's the grave.
Okay.
Just looking at the whole gravesite area.
Okay. Okay. I was gonna say because when it comes to the body, I got medicine, but we're not there yet. Sorry.
Kill me! I'm gonna luck again.
Sid, it's a flashback. We could take 20. Hey, that's
Take
good.
18.
Yeah. With an 18, you feel pretty confident that, like, you look over to your son's grave, it looks like it has not been touched in the months since he died.
That's fair.
Yep. So it looks pretty good. You're not noticing anything crazy going on, anything like that. Yep. So yeah, if you kind of wait till nightfall and exhume the grave, you can do that.
No, I do it like just like a feral little goblin and do it like just daylight. Just
Just
what are you
your
looking
bare
at?
hands.
Like- yeah, we wait till night.
Is it
All
raining?
right. We'll say that it's not quite raining, but there is enough for dewdrops to kind of be there in the morning. So there's definitely the moisture in the air. I would say more foggy than raining. So all spooky foggy.
Fine.
So yeah, you're going out there and just like you just hear a lone wolf from far away. Oh. And really, really foggy, which is good for you guys because that way you can kind of get by without anybody potentially seeing you. There's no
Those
grave
guys are
keeper
supposed
or
to be the
anything.
heroes and they're supposed to be respected. They're taking up bodies.
So you dig up the body, the corpse of your own son, and you look inside. There's definitely been a certain amount of decomposition, but it's still like within the first year, so it's not fully decomposed. And you look through. Go ahead and go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Alrighty. Do you have anything for that, Sid, or am I just?
Have 0 in medicine.
Alrighty, then I guess. Well, Richard, it's her kid. Is any sort of advantage granted by that?
No.
Okay.
If anything, it'd be like disadvantage because it'd be like just really.
All right. Well, how about a nat 20 on your
Oh.
kid's body?
You leave my kid's body alone. Yeah.
We are crushing these flashbacks. I want
Yeah.
to say.
I know, right?
Y'all are
Once
crushing
the
these
sun-
flashbacks.
Can we get some
like,
good rolls in the
screen
present
comes in, we're
tense?
Yeah, let's
Another
not
shit.
celebrate. Let's not
Yeah.
celebrate till we're like in media
Yeah.
res.
Hey, remember that time? And then we flash back to perfect rolls.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
About that army.
All right, Richard. What do I get?
So this is where a nat 20 gets really gross.
Okay.
Because you're trying to look through a dead body. First of all, yeah, you can see various impact wounds where like shrapnel had gone into him. And yeah, I mean, it's just a combination of wood and metal pieces, jagged, that had just kind of really messed him up. Chimera, let's do a little bit of RP here. What's going through your mind? What is Chimera doing while like opening up this grave and seeing her kid in this state?
It's one of those moments where you're doing your absolute best to keep your mind just completely and blissfully empty, just blank. And doing that, it's this very quiet, very controlled, meticulous movements. She's not saying anything, barely blinking, maybe not breathing sometimes, as she's doing her best to make an assistance.
Okay. So, let's see. The nat 20. First of all, you look, and you kind of have to look through the eyes, which are some of the quickest things to decompose.
Yeah.
And it's hard to make it out, but like Audra, you have less attachment to him, and so you're able to like really get in there and just kind of look at it anatomically.
Yeah. And she's
notice
definitely, by the
that-
way, when she's relaying this information and doing this, she's definitely like apologizing every time she's giving more information. Like, I know this is terrible. Here's what I'm seeing. You know.
You are able to detect evidence that he had his eyes. It's very hard at this state to tell.
Okay.
But you were able to tell he had his eyes. No one's like removed them or anything. You don't see any.
Okay.
You don't see any kind of signs.
So
Of...
she kind of stands up
Okay.
from looking at it. You said the tall man took the eyes, or your son said that. It seems to me that they were just lost in this incident. They weren't taken separate from that. I don't know if that is reassuring in any way for you, Chimera, but that seems to be my the result of my examination.
With a nat 20, I have to give this to you. While looking around at first at his head, you notice something around the neck. There's like big gash marks in the skin from all that shrapnel and other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like, just mostly it's like various gashes and stuff, and every once in a while like some piercing areas.
Mm-hmm.
Just barely near one of the gashes would be easy to miss before, but you notice a bite mark, a couple little bite marks right underneath one of the gashes.
I will point that out, and I point that out, and I will. I don't know if you wish to give this a closer look, Chimera, but you're better with.
So much typing.
but you're better with, you know, things that potentially animals or beasts could do, and I don't know if you recognize perhaps what this bite mark is.
It's funny because I'm not, but
Oh, I thought you were good at survival.
no, I'm not good at shit. She turns
Well,
her
sorry
head.
for
just kind of
complimenting
takes,
you.
like a
She's good at survival from her background, not from her stat block.
yeah.
Okay.
She turns her head and she just kind of takes like a really slow, deep breath, and then like leans in to inspect and see what she can't figure out.
Go ahead and make a medicine check of your own. Tell you what, because you're honing in so much with your hunters, like with your like wolf instincts, I will allow you to get a bonus equal to your hunter's mark.
Yeah.
Because you're like honing in on that. Yep.
These rolls.
These are some of the best rolls.
Yeah, can we get these in the present, please, dice gods?
So, having done a fair amount of hunting, you've seen a fair amount of bite marks, and you've seen a fair amount of teeth. You look at this, and this looks like no kind of beast you've ever encountered before. And when you look down at it, it's about the same length as a humanoid's, like where its canines would be.
I just, like, in this particular world, would it be absolutely loony to just be like vampire? Like, would that just be?
Oh,
brilliant,
that
like,
was my first thought.
like,
You have heard stories of vampires and undead and stuff like that, but yeah, basically you've been trained to believe like that's Looney Tunes, that's nuts. Like, yeah, there's all sorts of magic and things like that, but undead, that's like no, that's it doesn't
but
exist.
In the
That's
same
crazy.
vein, with Robit,
Right.
he was saying he fought undead
Mm-hmm.
a long ass time.
To piggyback off that, Richard, as a cleric, and obviously, you know, that the anti-undead is a part of it. is there anything I could perhaps roll to recall regarding these? Like, I know Audra was like, I don't know what this is, take a look, but like, is there a roll I could do, or is there any realistic way that I would have any
You know what?
knowledge?
Yeah, you can roll about it because it is possible that the Becoming might know something about it. So
Okay.
go ahead and...
All right. So religion?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, religion works.
All right. Well, the streak went for a while. It was a 12.
Went for a while. You've had a number of discussions with the Becoming in the Metal Forest. And at some point, there was a conversation, there maybe have been several conversations about Arantis, because he is like the god of the Warforged. And so Arantis would naturally come up from time to time. And so he would talk about how the Warforged were originally created to fight the undead because you can't turn a construct into another undead. Like, they were a really good countermeasure to undead forces. So he would talk about that, and so you're specifically wondering if there's anything about vampires or anything like that?
I mean, it doesn't have to be vampire. I know that's where what like meta we're thinking, but like just if there's some sort of story of something, like because clearly based on what Chimera said, it is unnatural, right? So if perhaps it is supernatural, then you would have heard enough to basically allow for your meta to be like, oh yeah, there were these creatures that would transform others by biting and then could have supernatural control over another. Okay. That was part of the reason why the Warforged were created, because a vampire could not turn a metal thing into another vampire. So there were vampires, there were zombies, like he would describe all these different things. Yeah. And so if you were looking for, like, he might not have said vampire, but then if you put it together with the stories that you heard, then you would if the term vampire's been used.
Yeah, you would know the word vampire. Nice. Most people would think you're freaking crazy for thinking they're real, but you guys have some knowledge other people don't.
Right, so I relay that to Chimera, and then follow up with like, and listen, I know you have your wolf. I'm not trying to force anything else on you, but I've been told about a possible location here on our plane where the Becoming might be, and if it's worth going there directly to learn more about this situation or what we could do about it, that avenue is there. You know, I told you I would help you figure out what happened to your children, and this is still unsolved.
Kind of leading back away from it. She doesn't really respond to, like, or you can't even really tell if she heard you. There's just this kind of emptiness about her. By way of response, she just very quietly, thank you, Audra, you can go.
Okay.
I'll take care of it. Okay. Thank you.
All right. And she'll kind of like lean up and like just kind of like move the shovel or the spade over near to Chimera and then walk away.
All right.
Vampires, Richard. God damn it.
So I feel so bad for stepping on the flavor of stuff that you're working on for your campaign.
No, I love spoopy shit.
I have had this written out for like a year now.
I can't believe you're like the DreamWorks to her Pixar right now. Yeah, swoop in with the like, no, it's totally different. But
it's gonna have some dude, and he's gonna have that one DreamWorks smile, like the half smile. It's gonna happen.
Listen, when you guys meet Count Broad, he's gonna be so great.
I will make sure to keep it different enough.
I love it. I hate it. But I love it.
But for the record, I did write this first.
That's fair.
Hey, man.
It's been like sitting in my notes for a year now.
Hey, you try getting an idea for a Bloodborne campaign before the pandemic starts, and now you've got a whole campaign about a disease messing people up. It's been interesting on my end.
So in any case, I think that's covers just about everything. I apologize for the long ass recap.
No, dude,
there's 4.5 months to cover.
It's not a recap. That was all technically forward from last session, you know?
That's
It's
true.
all
And
good.
also, like, you incorporated roles and character interaction, player interaction with the recap. So it's just segmented storytelling.
Yep. So we're going to finally move forward to a day of great consequence. Ostara, the Spring Equinox. Let's see. This is the day that people have been waiting for a number of reasons. One is because it is a great celebration. It is truly like the first day of Easter, or sorry, the first day of spring. And there's also a lot of trepidation of locals who were not coming in from Berserkshire, because the last solstice festival they had, there was a big explosion and a lot of people died. And because of that, I believe Hunter has volunteered to, like, kind of early morning with Tucker and Twig to go out scout and make sure there's nothing dangerous and explosive.
Yeah, I would, if I can grow a slightly larger security force, that would be great. But we'll work with what we got.
I'll just say it's led by you three.
Yeah. Tucker insisted on getting some like nice outfits that look like real chic. So it's pretty much just like the same black leather, but like with a bow tie. But it makes Tucker happy. But yeah, we're checking before everything kicked off. We were like checking perimeters and checking anything inside for any suspicious packages or anything unusual. I wouldn't be surprised if we reached out to Anwar and any of the Marwans to like sweep for any magic vibes pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
And then during, we would be kind of keeping an eye on things, and of course like shaking hands and saying hi when needed, but like taking a priority to on making sure everyone's safe and all that.
So just from a sheer investigation standpoint, or if you want to do perception, whatever your highest roll is fine. You can roll something to see if you're noticing stuff while you go all around. Fuck you! So many nat 20s on your investigations tonight. You know what? I don't need a mystery anymore. You know what? You find the doppelganger and you kill him.
Yeah, I do. That's what Hunter does.
The twist is the doppelganger didn't do anything wrong, but you got him.
Oh no!
It's just this dude
I
who
feel
just runs out,
bad.
I just wanted to come here and enjoy the Ostara celebration, and you're like, die!
And then like we're down by a vendor cart, and it's like, did the doppelganger ever show up? He was supposed to do imitations today, and
No.
does a stellar Anwar. I just have.
Yeah. So you go around and you feel really confident. Like, you look through barrels of ale, like anything that looks the least bit suspicious, you look through, and you feel really confident that you can assure people that there's not at least anything like what happened last time. Like, you always be on your guard, but you feel really confident that you can spread the word, like, hey, it's gonna be safe here. And let's say that along this time, kind of early morning is when you start out, but as the sun starts to rise, just kind of the mist from the air, it's not so much the gloomy morning rain, it's springtime, the sun hits different, there's rainbows that shine through all kind of the mist, the grass is a deep bright green, just kind of like the grass of Ireland, if you can picture, just like the super green lush area. It's the shift in scenery is like the fall was like the Lion King at the end when it's like raining and like Simba just defeated Scar, and then we just shifted to hey, and suddenly everything's happy and all the plants are back and everything's wonderful. It looks so nice here in the springtime. kind of cold, kind of chilly still, but overall really beautiful. So you have this wonderful, wonderful day. And as you're touring all around, Chimera is not here. She is elsewhere at the moment. But you can check in with either Audra or Anwar. Where would you like to check in with people first?
Well, I suppose I will start off with Anwar.
Okay. All right. So where Anwar, where do you think he would find you on the morning of Astara?
I feel like this would be a big day for the Marwans because before his family was out of the city and the town blew up and he was blamed for it. So being there and being present and trying to make people happy with I was thinking he could make like little fan. You said it was cold, right? I guess they wouldn't have fans that day. Yeah. Well, he would still be like getting their fleet ready to like go out with their like gadgets and gizmos to try and like please people and push goods and things like that. So he's like, he has a clipboard and there's like people running around and he's like, whoa, what's that cart doing over there? I thought we were loading that up. Are we? Come on, we're trying to do a show here. Or what are we doing? What am I paying you for? And like just trying to coordinate all of that.
Now, I did push for kind of leaning into the joke, and this year having the the freebie being some Marwan bath bombs, but y'all didn't go for that one. Thought it was a little too on the nose.
Hunter, it's good to see you. Yes.
Hi, Anwar. Oh, that's the reception I get. Come on, buddy, bring it in.
It's okay, all right.
Oh,
he'll do kind of one of the half hugs.
Oh, I pull you in all the way. Missed you, little bud. Oh.
Okay, all right.
All right, we got things locked down tight. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You want me to? I'm sorry if I'm a little short with you today. It's a busy day, obviously. Making sure everything goes out without a hitch. You said you did a sweep?
Oh, hell yeah. We did a sweep, a pre-sweep, a secondary sweep. We got our B team doing a tertiary sweep. Had to learn the definition of tertiary, so that was cool.
That's good.
Yeah. Them books you've been loaning to me, that's been quite a help. You got some nice books, and I've been careful. I washed my hands before reading, wash dry, and then start reading. And I haven't been eating any of the snack foods. Anyway, thank you for the book. Yeah, we got this place locked
down. You really
down.
like the thesaurus, so that makes sense.
That's been helping, honestly. Like, I'll read your literature, and then I get stuck, and I pop over here to the dictionary and thesaurus and figure out and back to
like a little cheat sheet.
It is, but it makes me feel like a wizard. That's right. But
words are magic in their own sort of way, aren't they?
Aren't they? Freeze frame. I learned that from anyway. This place locked down tighter than a. Don't have anything folksy for you today, because security has been my priority.
A nun's garter, maybe, perhaps.
Now let's not work blue.
Okay, fair enough. Listen, Hunter, I wanted to ask.
Apologize.
Given everything that happened last solstice, and our reputation's improving here, but never want to spurn that. I was thinking of going out in the suit today, just as an extra precaution. What do you think? I could leave it. I could bring it. Have it on standby. Just,
Hell,
people need to know they're safe.
That's a tough one, man. Like, I feel like walking around in it just makes people think, oh shit, are we as safe as they say? You know? Can we tie it into like a presentation? Like, can we do a demonstration of like throwing shit at you, like some sharp rocks or something?
Why do all of your demonstrations involve throwing things at me?
Well, I'm good at throwing and shooting, and I figure throwing would hurt you less.
You know what, actually? That's a good point. I have a couple of presentation abilities that I have that would work well just for today.
Hell yeah, lean into that. If it's going to take you a while to get into that suit, get strapped up, do a presentation, then it makes sense that you're walking around in the dang thing, because it's like, remember this thing from the halftime show? Ugh.
I'll have to look at what I had programmed in for the suit today, but I think I can help with that actually. Thank you, Hunter.
No, thank you, you smart cookie.
Have you seen Audra yet today? Is she going to be joining us?
I'm sure,
yeah, if she doesn't
all-
want to freaking jump off a bridge. Sorry, it's been a very distracting evening when I'm trying to play D&D with my friends who I care about very much. Anyways, I'm sorry, what did I miss?
We're making our rounds. Security's locked down tight. We're not working blue on that one. Hunter's making his rounds. He's been setting up a security perimeter and doing sweeps and all that. Just visited the Marwan family tent to make sure they're all squared away. And you're the next stop, friend.
Great. Okay, she is there. You will most likely find her at the temple, where she's doing her business.
Oh, Anwar, you want me to tell her anything from you? Send her a message?
Oh, actually I do. And while you're here too, I have remember that thing you asked me to, well, you didn't ask me to. I just went ahead and took care of it. I have something for all of you once you get back.
Hell yeah.
Despite working around the clock, I still managed to eke out enough time to get you all a surprise. So,
well, hell, I'll make sure we do like a noon toast. Y'all want to celebrate with a noon toast?
Yes, I think that'd be great.
Well, I'm excited as heck. Oh. Well, you know what they say about assumptions, right?
No, what did they say?
Well, when it's backed up by critical thinking and evidence, then it's generally a safe bet.
I haven't heard it that way, but I don't disagree with the sentiment.
It was in your notes in the margins. Anyway, I'm gonna go check over on Audra.
Yeah, that sounds why it sounds so familiar. That makes sense.
I will say the general feeling of the town, like the walls are still up, and that has been up for quite a bit of debate about, like, do we want to live just like the Empire made us live, or do we want to tear these down? But do we want the safety of the walls? Like, there's a lot of contention around that. But the gates themselves have remained open this whole time. They've basically never shut the gates at any point. So it does feel a bit more free. All of the imagery from the Empire has been completely taken down. You see all sorts of family banners and crests and religious banners and stuff put up kind of all over. Very multicolored kind of all around. The area that basically was a huge blast zone with the help of some druids has kind of had a huge makeover and is now a really nice park area. So unfortunately, the location of where Chimera's shop is still no good as far as shops. There's no shops there anymore. Instead, there's kind of like a Stonehenge kind of design there. So that's where a lot of people are gathering, because basically these stones are set up in such a way that it's just kind of meant for solstices and equinoxes and things like that.
Well, fortunately, Chimera sold before the market boomed.
That is true. But there's all sorts of activities that are getting set up. A good portion of them have either to do with seeds or eggs. But we've kind of gone through all of you guys for now, right? So let's cut over to Chimera, who will be coming into the festival with two people. She'll be coming in with Luke, and she'll be coming in with Keone, who is in a bit of rags that cover her metal suit, which she's still not ready to part with yet. So she's got a bit of baggy clothing on and kind of like a cloak that could be put up. Her cloak's down at the moment, and she also has like a big adventurer's pack on where she has like stuffed all of her tentacles inside of there. So she's just kind of carrying out a big pack and looks a bit timid. This is her first time kind of going out into the city since everything that happened to her. So she's looking a little nervous as she walks beside you, Chimera. What are you doing as you're walking there with Keone and Luke?
I guess it's sort of gauging what she seems to be familiar with, and at the same time, Chimera's just pointing out certain things like, oh, that's where Hunter lives, like coming into the gate and everything. I want to say too that she didn't make like flower crown, but she has like little flower bracelets for Ostara. And then I want to say that she probably made some seed bombs made of like some kind of naturally dyed clay and compost and like some seeds, and she can just like toss them and they crumble and like little flowers will sprout up. But
Thanks.
so it's, I don't know, she's kind of playing tour guide, I guess, coming into town.
So yeah, you mention out some things like, oh, here's where Hunter lives, and she kind of, I had to roll a d10 to see if she even remembers. So she looks over, she's like, oh yeah, I think I used to play there, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
Caleb lives there too. He was awfully fond of you.
I don't remember the name.
That's okay. I heard he's very busy these days anyway. I was going to see if I couldn't get you two to say hi to one another, but I heard that he's quite bogged down.
Oh, okay. Huh. I think I'm ready for this. It's been a bit better just kind of being off in the woods. This is what's the plan if something goes wrong, or what if like somebody sees my tentacles or something?
We knock them out as fast as we can.
I think I can do that.
That's a joke. Don't do that.
Oh.
Just maybe grab me. If you're uncomfortable, just say something. We can try to get out, maybe grab a snack, and just kind of get away from the crowd a bit. Same goes for you, Luke.
Yeah, Luke's gonna kind of look over like, yeah, is there anything I can do for you right now?
Maybe just like have a good time.
Yeah,
try to.
You too. We're all gonna have a good time. It's gonna work out. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna try to roll to persuade. Got a nat 1. He is just
Did you use the dice?
I use this green die.
Okay.
He got a nat 1.
What? On like confidence? On like
I'm trying to like I'm trying to persuade you that it's all gonna be all right. And you can tell instantly that he doesn't believe that. He's ready for something to go wrong. He's just like, well, at the very least, we'll face it together, whatever it is.
I'm gonna reach out and grab his hand, and there's like a similar panicked look, like, yeah, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah. What can go wrong? First day with the daughter.
Let's just try to come out and enjoy ourselves just for the day.
Yeah.
And then we can go back to being hermits, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. As mentioned, there is an election going on today, and Caleb is kind of one of the dark horse candidates. Oh, oops, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. What? No, I don't.
He's just going up against this kid and Twig.
Yeah.
Hey, go for Twig.
There are 3 main candidates. And as minor celebrities of the town, some guys will be going up to you, being like, "Hey, so who are you voting for today? Got any pointers? You guys clearly are worldly a bit. You guys might know what's best for the town. So, are any of you trying to make any persuasion checks that would lean towards any one group of people, or do you have any questions about what certain people think already? What are each of you thinking as far as this election that's coming up later today?
I'm gonna try to. There's a fine line that Hunter needs to kind of walk, and that's advocating for his dad without giving off that like nepotism, family power thing. So what I think what he's going to do is he knows like the people who love Caleb are going to vote for him, right?
Mhm.
So when he gets into conversations or overhears conversations where people are talking about like what they like about these other two leaders, is he would mention like, the great thing about my Paul is, he's going to take in the advice of experts and like these people that are well informed and have such great values. They're great leaders in themselves, but Caleb knows the place. He knows what's best for here and can take the advice of experts. So you're kind of getting the best of both worlds with Caleb.
All right.
And kind of push that narrative.
All right. Go ahead and give me a persuasion roll.
That's a perception.
God damn!
Fucking
dude.
A!
What the fuck?
What is
Wow.
happening?
Respectfully, I'm not jealous at all.
The
Two nat
density
20s in a row.
density of 20s and great rolls in this. It's like
Can't fail.
Apparently,
Damn.
Nothing
you
can go
know,
wrong. Look at us. Look,
know-
look where we are.
I have the pure white Nat 1 shirt with the dice on it. This is a solid black tee. I think this might be the anti Nat 1 shirt.
Um.
I think it's my
Anybody else?
layered bathrobes.
All right, Tony Soprano.
Anybody else doing anything regarding the election? You don't have to. If you don't have that much of a lean in either way, that's fine too.
Well, just so we reiterate it for the stream, because I know you had that post on our page where Audra was asking about like, hey, now that the Empire's moved out, what about people who actually want to do some religious stuff now? And she definitely for reasons that Andrew mentioned is like all for Paul, but then I think it was. What was the guy's nickname? The Bastard or something?
Igor the Bastard.
Yeah, who apparently name dropped the Becoming. So she does want to find out what's up with that. Whether or not it sways her vote, we'll have to see, honestly. But, like, that's like, hold on, wait a minute, you too,
Yeah, the general vibe that you've gotten from each of these candidates, there is Desmond the Diamond Heart, who has the most natural birthright claim. So he's not campaigning that hard throughout the past months. He's like, oh, of course I'm gonna get it. Like, why wouldn't I? Like, it's my right. So again, overly trusting, not always as calculating. Caleb is very much like, dang, I don't really want it, but if everybody else got got some idea that I'm the best one, I ain't gonna say no, but I don't care for it that much. So he's not really doing any active campaign either. The only guy that really has been is Igor the Bastard, who is kind of going up to people individually and asking for alliances. And we can kind of cut back to a time when Igor may have gone up to Audra one of the times that she is praying in the temple. And he was one of the people who's kind of chatting her up about who is this Becoming guy and stuff. And
so he wouldn't have known, like, he wasn't previously following?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay, that honestly doesn't change much then. I thought he came in and she was like, hold up, another person who knows about the Becoming. But if he learned of it from Audra, then
he
then
learned
she's
about
all...
it from...
Okay.
Yeah, he learned about it from Audra. And that was also a nat 20, right? On how well you persuaded people.
Dirty 20.
To...
Yeah.
Dirty 20, okay.
Okay. So she'd be,
but...
in that case, I guess, I don't know if it's just a 1-to-1 voting system or how you're going to do. I don't know if you've thought about this entire voting process, Richard. If it's like, if we're doing like a rank, then I guess you'd put him second after Paul, because she'd be okay with that, given that sort of transaction. But I don't think that would not sway her, actual vote in that case, if it's just like a 1-vote deal.
Okay. But he would kind of be going up to people just being like, hey, do you really, like, I get that these other guys, like, they feel good and like you might think that what they're saying is good, but like you want somebody who's actually going to like keep you safe and do the smart thing. Like there are times when things could get really bad again, and if we just have some softies in here, we're gonna get plowed.
If this is the thing that he's kind of approaching people with, can I actually do like, if we're flashing back still, sort of,
Yeah.
can I actually do an insight just to determine like how much of this is like, because it's sounding kind of desperate in a way, you know what I mean? So can I roll an insight just to see if like how much of this is just like a ploy, or like, you know what I mean? If there's maybe some other something behind it.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, thank you. All right. I got a +6 on insight. What up?
Nice.
21.
Nice.
You guys just aren't rolling less than freaking 15 or something today. So, in combination with things you've heard about him by reputation and what, like when there's a time when he's talking specifically, you get the sense that, for one, based off of battles that you've heard that he's done over in Berserkshire, like taking like some of those battles that were taking on the Empire elsewhere, he is the smarter tactician. He really does believe he's the smarter one. Like it would be the wiser decision.
Okay.
You also know that he's pretty power hungry. So like you get the sense he's trying to play you a bit.
Okay.
But also that he really truly believes he is the best one for the job.
It's not coming from like a place where he's just trying to talk himself up to be better than he genuinely like believes it. He's not just trying to sway with words, but missing the substance, I guess.
Right. Well, yeah. You've definitely like
Okay.
gained some idea that like he's made some really smart plays where like with less people he's conquered like different camps and stuff. So that's basically what you get. Similar thing with Anwar. At some point, he would come over and visit the factory, and be like, "Hey, like maybe you can see eye and eye here. You know, like intelligence is what is going to get us through this." And like you can't have one of these leaders that like they say things that sound right, but sometimes the right solutions sound harsher, but it doesn't mean they're not the right solutions. Like sometimes you need to coat your city in a case of armor, you know?
I do like armor, so that does apply a lot to me. No, but in serious, Anwar is definitely pulling a cheaty in this moment in that he really does not know which, like, obviously he's friends with Pa, but do you necessarily want your friend to be in charge of your town? Like, yeah, like the idea of like getting a beer with your leader is like nice, but like I want to make sure that the leader's doing his stuff. And also if Pa were to become governor or mayor of Riverbed, that would put a pretty big target on his back. And in the current climate, that could be dangerous for him and people around him. So Anwar is definitely thinking about that. And while he would love to go with, you know, the kind heart guy, he does kind of feel like it's not very even. It's very much like a 30 split, but he is kind of leaning towards the bastard right now because like shit's dangerous. And if we learned one thing at what was the fort? Multra?
Yeah, Fort Multra, yeah.
A big part of Anwar taking the factory and arming up and dissecting all the technology is that like the Empire is so far ahead of us and we are so outgunned and we really could use a bastard or we're gonna get conquered again. So Anwar is ashamed to admit it, and every time Hunter brings it up, he's like, "Hey, you're voting for Pa, right?" Hunter's like,
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
But he does understand, and he's like very non-committal about it.
For other people who are not his friends who are coming up asking his opinion, what do you want to do any kind of persuasion thing or anything, or just kind of leave it alone?
For me,
yeah,
I don't think Anwar or the Marwans would necessarily Actually, he would talk to his dad about it. Does his dad or his dad and mom lean one way or the other, using their wisdom?
That's a really good question I hadn't thought of.
And he would probably also talk to Bjorn too.
His dad would probably lean more towards Igor the bastard, and his mom would probably lean more towards Caleb. But neither of them think that Desmond the Diamond Heart is like smart enough for this. Like, they've heard too many stories about him, like making dumb decisions, like letting certain people go from his tribe after like committing crimes. They're like, you know what, you can just go without punishment. Like, you're just banished from here. And later they like end up betraying him later on. Like, he's made some dumb decisions in the past. So
I'm just picturing the Paul Rudd character from Parks and Rec. The like
McSweeney's. Or
yeah,
no, that's
where he's
the website,
like,
whatever
right?
it is.
That's just
Yeah.
like what?
Yeah. Shouldn't we all just
Yeah.
have fun? Isn't election about having fun?
Okay.
Oh, Sweetums, that's his name.
Yeah.
Sweetums
yeah.
Factory.
Okay. So no roles that you want to do though. Just no really advocating at all in the streets or anything.
Funny thing is that Anwar could advertise the shit out of any person he wants to, but he doesn't know who he wants to back up. Unfortunately.
Well, Anwar's moved
Fair
from
enough.
arsonist to lobbyist, I see.
No, he's specifically not the lobbyist.
Yeah.
Just saying, the potential is there.
You're the kingmaker.
Chimera, when you come in with your daughter and Luke, a number of people look over, and I take it you're in like your full garb with sword and everything, just in case something goes down, or are you not?
Yeah. Hints of Ostara coloring, like she's got like maybe like a couple of little lavender scarves like kind of tied here and there, just trying to be festive, but also like I'm ready to die today.
Given that you're not around as much, like I think there's been a little bit of fanboying or fangirling amongst Anwar or Audra for some people over the last few months, but since you're not really around much, some people eventually, that's Chimera. That's Chimera. And so they'll go over and be like, oh my god, you're like the most awesome shield maiden.
Thank you.
I don't think they'd call you shield maiden, but in any case, like the most awesome warrior kind of thing. And
in those moments too, I think she would take some of those like colored scarves and maybe like, I don't know, like little like tie them on somebody's wrist, be like, yeah, here you go, leave. Respectfully.
They would probably talk to you about a great deal of things, but at some point they would like turn to the election of like, who's going to keep this city safe? Like who's going to be like the right leader here? Is there any kind of sway you do when there's kind of crowds of people around kind of asking you about your opinion?
See, it's wild because I'm kind of in the same like thing that like Ryan is. It's like I don't know, but also maybe not this guy.
It's like I don't like it, but I'm like, ugh, these are
no,
my
I don't.
options.
It's another one of those like I don't really know these guys and I don't really like them. I like Pa, but Pa doesn't want to do it. So, gently indicating probably the bastard, if not Pa.
Okay.
Like she voices a like for Pa, but then also like, hey, he's not experienced with leading this kind of scheme of things.
Okay. And Audra, what would you so you said that you were would you be advocating for anybody, or are you just kind of
Nah, I mean she'll give again, like she'll give opinions if asked, but she's not
What
you know,
if we
she's
could-
not wearing the button of anything. And I think
What if we get the bastard like running, but then he has like the console of like the other two? Like the other two are just like, let me help you make your decision.
like cabinet members.
Yeah.
I mean, down with that. And then if we're at present at the fairgrounds or whatever you're calling them, Richard, then I think like we talked about too, like Audra's there, her mom is there. Audra's definitely in like bodyguard mode though around her mom, given what happened at the last one of these festivals to her dad. She is also like in the full garb. And uh, and at she's kind of had like the it's not quite the like what is it called, the like robe over armor kind of look. You know what I'm talking about. It's not quite that, but she had like those Maban robes that she bought at the last festival. So like, it's not like written down in my inventory and everything, but considering it's been a few months, like if it's fine to just have, I think she would same deal, but instead of a Maban pattern, it's like kind of what Sid had, more of like the Ostara pattern. But the same deal, just like the why can't I think of the word? There's a certain word for like the big overcoat over armor that people like to say. I don't remember what you call that thing.
Cloak.
Cloak.
I don't
Thank
think
you.
it has a name.
Tabard?
Thank you.
Oh,
Cloak is. I could not remember the name for the article of clothing. Cloak. Thank you. An Ostara kind of patterned cloak over her armor.
Yeah. So basically, it's these three, and then some other like kind of minor people that never really had that much support. So first round of elections will go. They'll basically have like a huge set of like basically these rings that you can throw into various tubs to be like to cast your vote. And so first round of voting goes through, and basically they'll take the top two out of everybody and then like a head-to-head election at that point. And so given what kind of people are talking about and where things are nudging, Desmond the Diamond Heart, who like thought he was a shoo-in, gets third. He's out of the running and is pretty furious about that.
Hunter immediately prints a bunch of pins that say "Ask me about my paw."
I don't think that's possible. But
Minor
in any case,
illusion, a bunch of pins.
yeah. So it is down to just these two, but we'll cut that back to that a bit later because there's just going to be more rounds where people are talking for a while. But there's also all sorts of games and activities and stuff that are going on. So during the course of all sorts of games and activities, there are 3 that have prizes for any of you who may be interested. There is an egg painting contest, which is like performance checks. See if anybody would like to paint some nice eggs.
Man, where's
Another
Autumn's character when we need him?
Yep. There is, I guess there's 4. There is, like the egg on the spoon race thing. There is one of those races, and the third thing is an egg tossing contest where you start off 10 feet away and you have to toss it to your partner, and then you just kind of like keep walking a foot back, so then it's like basically DC 10, DC 12, DC 14 if you catch my drift, and one has to toss it and then the other catches it. So one person would do a roll as if they were like attacking with dexterity, and the other one has a dexterity saving throw to catch it. So basically there would just be a contest of like, just egg tossing. So we would have like partners for that. But the big one with the big prize, like somebody has brought in all the way from Pixeland an egg that is made completely of jade, and it is
God egg.
It is a Dunamancy egg. Only this size. This is to scale. It's about the size of a little dragon egg type
Yo,
thing.
how'd they shrink the egg?
It's a different egg. It's not the same 10-foot egg.
Now, are these one of these goop
I don't
eggs
believe
that
you,
go
egg
like...
denier.
I hope
These are
not.
one-
That's how you
these
get
are
the
one of-
magic.
These are one of these things that if you can figure out how to make it hatch, it's like infinite possibilities of what's inside. However, this
Maybe-
is a much smaller egg, so its power and possibility is much less than the egg that has like
It
been
could be a
huge
fr-
that you saw.
It could be a friend for our little wooden dragon we never use.
That's a brass dragon. Yeah.
Well, the figure, but it's a wooden
I
figurine.
forgot
isn't
about
it?
that.
No, it's not a wooden
Oh,
figurine.
actually,
It's
you
a-
know
it's a
what? How
brass-
long does
brass figurine.
Azer come out for?
Gosh, I think it's an hour. It's been so long
it an
since we
hour?
used them.
Yeah. Oh, so sorry. What is the contest?
6
Richard?
hours is the great.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the big contest that has this prize captured the egg. where you get into teams of up to 5 people, and you gather in the little Stonehenge area, and then there's kind of a line that divides between each half. And so basically the rules are you can use all of your various magic and stuff, but like watch out, like you don't want to shoot a lightning bolt because like that could go into the
Thunder
crowd
wave.
and stuff. It has to like be contained within the ring.
Yeah.
But other than that, like there's health potions lined up ready to go. So it could be an all-out battle. But the point is you have to go over to the other side to get their egg in back. And the one caveat is for the purposes of this game, everyone has the Sentinel feat.
Cool.
So
it's capture the flag.
It's capture the
From what you're
flag, but
describing?
it's
Okay.
capture the egg.
Okay.
The other thing to point out is if either team breaks either egg, you are disqualified. So you can't just like throw a fireball in there and like
Sure. Okay,
get
yeah.
a bunch of people. So that is the big game, but then we have some mini games too. We're just at about the 2-hour mark, so I say now's a good time for a little break. I know some people have been getting up, so if people feel like they don't need one, we don't have to take a break. But if you want to, now's a good
Why don't
time
you
for
take
a
a break?
break. Yeah, let's take a break, and then we'll jump back into all sorts of games and activities.
Sounds fun. Let me find that break screen.
We have so much room for
I'm
activity.
gonna murder so many of these civilians to just
Dude.
get an egg.
We're in now. Sorry. You missed about
Okay.
like a second.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, the games are beginning. The sun is shining. Rainbows are in the air. There's just you smell all sorts of flowers all over the place. It feels amazing. Drums are going. People are. Good old Raj is like jamming on his banjo, and I would also say that Opal is right there sitting beside him, kind of out in the open, just kind of admiring him. It's not really a dirty secret for her anymore. She is the only one of the people of the night who have remained in STEM Garden. Other people went elsewhere. Oh, I would say also, Hunter, along your journey, you would realize that the Madam has, she's like kind of migrated over to Gangleton to be closer to where the Empire is, or where it's left. She doesn't have as much reason to stay around Crabclaw at this point.
Yeah.
But we can get more
Okay.
into that later.
Hey, as long as she's safe.
Yeah. So, in any case, yeah, I'm sorry, there's just so many things I could touch on. There's other Resistance members who are here and stuff like that. So if you want to talk with any of the Resistance members, we can get into that. But for right now, let's get into some games! We don't have to do all of these if you don't want. Are there any that you guys are particularly interested in? You do see it. There's egg decoration, there's egg tossing, there's the egg spoon relay race, and then there's capture the egg. Capture the egg gets, like, as you guys would not be as familiar with this is like hard tactic, like barbarians play this game as like just being a part of a warrior tribe. You would have all sorts of customs that deal with a lot of violence. And so for them, it's like, yeah, this is what we live for. But it's for the city folk, it's like, oh god, this is intense.
Audra would naturally suggest doing that then, because he's like, hey, these are like my training buddies, kinda. I'm game for this if you like. She's game for this if everyone is. She's not gonna force it.
Also,
that's her
we're
vote.
we're tougher than a lot of the like city folk, and if we can win this for the city on behalf of the city, then that would cement us as local heroes.
I like that.
Before we get into any of the games, Anwar will call his fellow friends over, and kind of like wherever their stand is, you know, Marvel's and Miracles is there. There's going to be a hefty chest off to the side. I imagine that once Kamira was there, he would gather everyone and say, "Hey guys, so it's great to see you all again. I know it hasn't been that much time, but
I think Hunter brings the rest of everybody with like some glasses and a jar of like something fancy, like a fancy little bow on it. Like, heh, I traded for this, and I talked them into a little toast for everybody. Just pour around our reunion shot. Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath.
Get drunk before we go, like, annihilate townspeople.
Get a little liquid armor, you know?
okay. Ooh, oh, how is it so hot? So, you know how a while ago I said that I thought I could upgrade your gear given enough time?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Water?
No.
Through water?
Hunter hands you some milk.
Deep
Thank you.
breaths.
Thank you.
All of our
Deep
gear,
breaths.
Anwar?
No, just the stuff I made for you.
Oh. Sorry, I meant as in the three of us, not... Anyways, I'm sorry. Please continue.
Yes, so, Hunter, originally, the grapple gun that I made for you, it could be used 3 times per day, and it can shoot out a hook up to 30 feet. Now, this took a while. I'm still not entirely sure how tunneling through subspace works. I think it's fine, probably. But I was able to, and from the chest, he's going to give you a new, well, your other one, but it's been upgraded now. The grapple gun, it can now do 50 feet, 3 times per day.
Oh, hell
The
yeah.
fucking
That's awesome.
hedge. Whoa, okay. Yeah, stone hedge thing.
There are a lot of people on Reddit downplaying the Artificer, but man. You do some cool stuff as an artificer.
Well, this is really just with Richard's permission. I just wanted to be the Donatello of the group.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder who the Raphael is.
It's cool because Raphael gets bodied every episode too. So
That's me. Shit.
No, you're the Mikey. Come on.
Miss Chimera, your shield.
Stunning.
So
Yeah.
it took a little while. I had to. This one was tricky, but I was able to get a little bit more strength out of it. Now it's the same amount of times you can use it, 3 times per day, but it's slightly stronger than it used to be. Or no, it's not slightly stronger. I guess it is in a sense. Whereas before you could hit 3 targets, now you can hit 4.
Yes.
So it seems that the wind spirit that has been imparted into the shield is grown into its body a little bit more. You can use it same amount of times per day. You can also have that last hit hit the same person once. So
Hey.
So like
Thank
you could hit the
you.
first person, and it could ricochet off 2 others, and then hit the first person again on its way back.
Nice. That's sick.
So an extra target for you, same amount of times per day.
I like
Now, Audra,
that flavor is that the little like elemental in it is just like, oh, big kid. Like
yours was by far the hardest to work with. It is definitely an energy that I am the least familiar with.
Anger?
You know, gamma radiation, but sure, let's call it anger. I wasn't able to increase the amount of times you could use it per day. However, I was able to strengthen its connection to you. So now, with the gauntlet gamma, or the gamma gauntlets, you can use them once per day without concentration. So,
Big Audra all the time.
literally once per day. I just
Big Audra once per day.
that's
Big-
more accurate. Yes.
More like, sorry, Big Audra not having to worry about being big. How about that? There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Dude.
She will, just for sake of fluff and responding to you, do they still look the same, or do these enhancements change the appearance at all? Doesn't matter, just
Well,
for how
I-
she'll respond to you. You know.
I think the energy around the gauntlets would be a little bit more pronounced.
Okay.
The shield would probably fly a little faster and stronger and truer. And bless you. And the grapple gun, which was kind of cobbled together with like leftover components when Anwar was doing this, like on the road, definitely looks a lot more nice and polished. It seems that
Nice.
having the facility has gotten him some more supplies to work with. So
She starts strapping him on since we're about to play this, sport. Just, Anwar, I'm very glad to have a very smart and imaginative friend like you who can make things like this. My friends make me feel
Yes,
a lot more
so-
powerful.
yes, as I was saying before, if any of you feel different, or if there's a stomach problem, or particularly the groin region, if you feel something, please let me know. These are all still very experimental, and this is kind of my test of how this goes. So if experimenting with stronger energy is problematic, I need to know before we get to any further stages.
Noted. Also, I
So-
like the second head you gave yourself. Uh-oh.
Well,
I was gonna
this
say.
this thing's made my pants a little tighter, but I think that's unrelated.
Just like years down the line, when we're like, what's the finale? What's the epilogue? You all died of radiation poisoning within 3 years.
Mark it here, folks.
It
All
was
right.
only it was just 3 years after the Empire fell that everybody succumbed to the disease of radiation.
So, what would everyone like to do?
Well, especially if she's got to upgrade a gauntlet. Audra's going to push for capture the flag.
I want to do all of them.
I mean,
know.
I'm also
I will
down for
say,
all of them, but if we have to pick one.
Which one goes first in the schedule?
Uh, whatever. When you want to do them, like I would
I-
say that the capture the egg is, that's like a tournament,
Mm-hmm.
and if you guys want to be just the 4, then you can. But if you want a 5th, you can go around. I will say that there's all sorts of people from friends from the Resistance who might be willing to join you.
I mean,
You
I
got
was
some
thinking.
people. You got the Water Genasi. You've got Keone. You've got Luke.
I was about to say we bring Keone and the other team just has laser holes in them all of a
I
sudden.
mean, I was thinking us and Paw, but us and Poe could be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
If you're
Poe,
trying to get-
Paw.
Dude, Paul pulling this before the final vote.
Mhm. Yeah, like us cemented as like town heroes, local legends, and then Paul getting a little like, oh, he's the fun one who like he's here at the festivals. We know him. He drops off presents every winter and like plays with us in the capture the egg tournaments.
Oh.
My only argument
Hmm.
would we were bringing Pa into leveled. I don't know if Pa is a leveled person.
He's a level 1 fighter.
He's a level 1 fighter.
Oh, so we might get him killed.
Well, he'd be on the defensive line, just like chatting up people.
Then he gets the sympathy vote, right? Like you have to vote for the guy who's walking on crutches.
Oh no. That's a good point though. If we
Like,
want to go with like
I don't want to get
Poe-
him hurt.
yeah, if we want to go with, I mean Tucker. I've been teaching
Can
Tucker
Can
a
we
thing
just
or
do the
two.
4 of us, or do we have to be a team of 5?
No, it can be up to 5. Keone will say like, I don't know, I've been itching to fight lately. Wouldn't mind.
You can join us if you want.
I wouldn't mind a chance to swing my sword around.
Wait,
Let's
what?
go then.
We're swinging swords?
Are
What?
Are we sure that's a good idea with Keone? I know you've made a lot of progress, but in terms of the apparatus, that I just don't want anything.
You can roll an insight if you'd like.
It's funny. That's like one of the things that I actually have like a score on.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Nice.
Straight to
Any kind of insight or investigation, just in the 20s today. When you hear her saying that, you've known her for a long time. She was not exactly one to pick a fight, but she would certainly stand up for people if they were in trouble. This seems a little different for you as far as like, I'm itching to fight, you know? So you get like this terrible sense of, is that like Aberrant mind wanting her to like fight, like influence or not, or is that just her? I don't know. So you don't know for sure, but like you get a bad feeling when she says that.
I just make that face.
As you kind of are all gathered around, you're in a fairly crowded area. People kind of coming and going as you're kind of gathered talking about. You're kind of sizing up. There are different groups of barbarians and some other folk. There's probably a group of resistance members, like the guys you fought before, like Pinky and Ravadia, and those people kind of gather, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna form a team and stuff. So there's other teams kind of gathering. But as you're kind of discussing, like, who should the 5th member be, Chimera, you hear a voice from behind saying, you need any help shopping?
Turn. I look like
You turn and look up at a very masculine, manly, blonde man, long blonde hair, big, thick beard, and he just looks down at you with a little bit
You
of
good,
smirk.
Sid?
Gregor.
Hey, I've been looking for you.
Why?
Been looking for you too.
It's
Sorry,
like,
I have to.
there's
I have
a-
to turn off this music. This music no longer fits the tone of what I'm going
Yeah,
for.
no.
here.
I'm gonna pause as well.
Yeah.
Him allowing it's a like grab like the shirt, the breastplate, and like drag away. It's a like like
He's just gonna kind of go forward, saying, "Hey, what are you doing? I'm about to say hi to Keone."
What the fuck are you doing here?
Well, I've been trying to reach you for who knows how long.
Why?
You know why?
No, I
Uh,
don't know why.
Because
You came here today of all days, really?
you're my wife.
No. Not
Yeah.
at all.
I've been
No.
sending you money for a number of years now.
And where have you been sending it? Because I moved a while ago.
Really?
Really? You
haven't
walked out.
you haven't been getting all that coin that I've been working my tail off for the Empire to get coin for my family,
Lower your
and you're not even there collecting on your own mail.
No, I moved after you walked out, darling.
I didn't walk out. I was going for work to support you and your business, which wasn't doing that great.
Hmm.
We discussed this. We discussed that I would go out and work and bring you back money, and that I know that you've not been talking to me for a while, and I know that I stepped away, but I'm here now. I'm here, I'm back. The Empire's moved out of Gangleton. It's gone.
Yes,
So
it
I-
has.
So I've come back to
Mm.
take my place with the home.
That's not
if-
how.
And if you've
This
moved that, that's fine, I guess. I heard that there's plenty of houses for sale. You can find something.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Can I insight check him?
Yeah.
Fucking A. I just. Fucking kids bitten by vampires and shit. Got mutant daughter.
Whoa.
God damn! What the fuck is going on with rolls tonight? When even Sydney's getting the nat 20s, you know it's okay.
Just because we were
That's
thinking
real.
it doesn't mean you
It's
should
real,
say
real.
it.
I had to say it.
I was thinking
We
it
were
too.
all thinking.
God,
Even I
Oh,
did
oh,
okay.
my girl.
You see the look in his eyes that you've seen 1,000 times when you were married to each other. You know that he's like... He does have this kind of lustful eye for you, like he did like kind of in the first couple of years that you were together. But you also see a bit of desperation in him. You clearly see that like he just wants something, he just like wants you for his own validation. But it's not like you see no remorse in him whatsoever. It's like, hey, I'm just gonna pick up like it was the first time we met. Even from his opening line, you can tell he was trying to like harken back to the days that both of you were young. And he's just trying to erase everything that happened.
You fell from grace, from your cushy lifestyle, and you decided to crawl all the way back here. For what?
I don't know what you're talking about. I've got plenty of coin on me. I can set us up for whatever we want. I've not fallen from grace.
No.
Listen, can we just, you know what? It's the holiday. And it's kind of messed up of you to do this right now on the holiday. You know, I'm just trying to be here to see my kid, which I've not seen in a long time. And you know that I was asking for her to come visit me. I sent letters, I sent gold. I knew that you had your own thing to do, and I respected that, and I gave you space. I did all that for you. But now I'm back. Now I'm here. And it's time to come back into the family.
It's funny that I find it really funny that you haven't asked once about your son. But I will happily go speak to your daughter for just a moment, let her know that you are finally here and you're finally back. And you want her back in your family. I'll be right back. And
I'm sure Jeff's around here somewhere.
I think Hunter, like, watching her leave, kind of like conjoins and is like, do you need me to get rid of him?
Audra
Not like, but
Audra
like,
would come up on the other side of you for the same reason of like, I'm here to help you out with kids, and apparently also your awful ex.
Are there security issues with this gentleman?
Ma'am, shall we escort this gentleman off the
Everything is
premises?
Well, I guess Luke's rolled a damn nat 22 because he's eyeing over, and he knows something's up enough to be like, "Hey, Keon, let's go look this way." Oh, what's over there? So Luke is kind of taking away Keon for a second.
We invite Gregor to be our fifth, and as soon as we say, "Okay, everybody on 3," we let him run out by himself and get demolished by all the berserkers.
I'm not super against that, though.
Kill him with kindness.
Do we need to do something about this, Chimera?
I could have Tucker walk him out right now.
I believe that would just raise a bit of a stink, wouldn't it? He's allowed to be here just as everyone else is, technically. Part of me is really saying that you guys should just go ahead and I will deal with him.
We can simply stand by if that's what's needed.
Wow, this is a lot today. This is fun. What a fun day. I think... Never mind, I will not actually voice that part. I was gonna say, I think I'd prefer the explosion.
I mean, we could manage. Anwar! Oh, never mind.
No.
Get the grease on more!
No. I did not prepare that spell today.
Normally we do arson on
Today of all
buildings,
days,
but
you
we
didn't
can do it on a
prepare
person.
What about tradition, Marwan?
No.
Marwan, do this one thing for me.
Think of the utility of grease when we play Capture the Flag.
No, I've been spending 4 months to not be known as terrorist. No.
Did you guys see Anwar, one of the Flare Slayers? He lit the whole field on fire.
Why don't you,
Then he said, "I'm done. That's it."
if you guys want to go ahead and play your game, or
Miss Chimera.
No, we're ride or die.
I'm so sorry.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
Anwar, when do you get here?
Well, we all walked over here, so I mean,
Yeah.
it's not really a secret when everyone does it.
No, I'm sorry, corner of my eye, I missed you.
He was like standing behind Audra.
I was like right over this way, and you were like right. Sorry, go ahead.
Miss Chimera, he is right. Today is a holiday, and you could
Holiday.
use a holiday. So don't give him what he wants. Just walk away. At least today. You know, it'd be a good way to do that is for us to all win that contest.
Do you just want to win the egg, Anwar?
I want to know what's in the egg so bad. I want to know.
If I'm being
It's
honest,
like a miniature god egg.
if I'm being honest,
It's like you see in his bag, he's got like 4 different like schematics for how he could build a nursery for the egg. Using magic to warm it.
Like
listen,
an incubator and like just everything.
I'm here to help all
I
of
want
you,
the
and I
egg.
can tell that this one, and she's pointing toward Hunter, also really wants the egg.
Okay, how about, really quickly, I tell him just fuck off until the end of the game. Luke took Keone. He can wait 15 fucking minutes because he's waited years
Even
to come
better,
back.
he's waiting for the whole tournament.
Even better. Sure. Like I'll look around to see if I can't spot Luke or Keone just like in the crowd somewhere.
Go ahead and roll perception.
Can I assist on that?
Sure. At advantage.
Hey, because
And-
that's
and you-
another thing I have a +0 on.
And you have all your luck points.
Team.
With Hunter's help, you were able to spot them.
Funnel
If
cake.
I can make
Funnel cake. Funnel cake.
funnel cake. If I can make like any indicator of like take a walk, like just
Mhm.
something to like go on, just go browse. Just like I don't know. I imagine we probably would have run through something.
Yeah,
like, beforehand.
Luke's gonna. So you're basically wanting Luke to kind of grab Keone and go elsewhere.
Yeah, just until like it's not like this sort of atmosphere. It's something that can be talked out. It could be a like, I'm pretty fucking sure you know what happened to your fucking daughter, dude. But like less surfery. Yeah, and I'm just gonna be like, I'm going to play first, and you can wait.
Go ahead and roll either persuasion or intimidation. What are you trying to do for your ex-husband?
Kind of in the stuff that I wrote to you, she was very submissive. So it's a like I'm standing tall, shoulders back. I got my shield. I have a sword. Like I am an experienced fucking fighter, and I'm going to assert myself and tell you this is what is going to be going on.
Sounds like intimidation to me. Or at least, I don't know, I think intimidation is maybe the closest thing to be like asserting, not just like persuading. Unless you have a higher persuasion.
Yeah.
Hey, there are ways to intimidate, right? You know, it doesn't just have to be.
Yeah, standing your ground. He's just like, all right. He looks amused, but he'll back off. Like, all right, I'll be cheering. I'll be cheering you on, darling.
You don't have to. Thank you. And oh my god.
So you're gonna go over.
I'll, as she leaves, I'll just like hand him a ticket. Like, here's a drink ticket for some pumpkin brandy. It's a over at that stall over there. Go ahead and grab yourself a refreshment. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Audra will do the bit of the like accidental shoulder check when she passes by. Just, oops, sorry, I'm a bit clumsy.
Upon seeing all of the people signing up, it looks like just about everybody has, and you're sizing everybody up, and you're thinking like, you can probably take most of these people. And you hear this orc shout out like, last call for team. And then finally you hear Bacca, we got one for you. And like classic Wild West style, like a whole crowd kind of like looks over and like kind of parts a little bit for a group of 5 really huge husky orc barbarians work their way over.
Nope. You son of a bitch.
To
good
withdraw
job,
my
Richard.
name from the group.
Good job.
We're
job,
gonna lay
Richard.
a claim for that egg. And like, just even amongst all the other barbarians, they are fucking ripped. Like, they are immediately scaring people, kind of walking through.
Do we recognize these guys? Like, are we
you
like
totally?
okay?
Yeah, you instantly recognize. You've gotten very close and intimate with these guys before in battle. And Krusk is gonna come forward, looking over, and points to Audra. Audra the Furbolg, you have caused a great insult to the great Lopaw.
I think
Oh right, this is the first y'all are hearing about this too.
I think everyone else in the group kind of like stops and looks You did the fuck what?
We are here on this day to celebrate the festivities. Enjoying a good old round of sparring for sport. But you done insulted my best friend, my mentor, my leader, my chief. He is calling you out on this day, on this holy day. If you do not go to him and challenge him and accept his challenge in combat, you will forever carry shame on your head, and all the people in all the lands will look at you and spit in your face, knowing that you are the fool who thought you could kill Lopar.
What's the crowd reaction? Oh, sorry.
Everybody's just like, oh shit! They're like, suddenly they're like, oh shit, one of the Slayers has beef with one of the big three? Holy shit.
Oh, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm loving this right now. Audra is going to walk forward. Are they, did Crest, like, step kind of apart from the group to yell all that, or is he saying it, like, while he's in line?
He's stepping a little forward,
Okay.
but sorry, just because I'm not perfect at articulating, it's basically going to say, he challenges you to one-on-one combat until one either dies or kneels. And he demands your presence in the sacred fighting pits in Crabclaw by this time in a fortnight, or else you will live with the shame, and everyone will know you are a fraud and no warrior at all. And just to add insult to injury, because it'd be my pleasure to do so, we're gonna kick your ass in this here game.
Can I tell you something funny? Is I figured you might say a date, but if you hadn't, she was gonna drop 1 month, so good enough.
Well, you got
yeah,
2
I know,
weeks.
I know. No, I'm just saying it's funny. Like if you weren't gonna say a date, she was gonna give one. It's kind of funny. She's gonna just walk up. She's going to walk up to Krusk, not say anything, and just going to extend the, like, Spartan handshake kind of arm. Does he take it?
He'll grab in there, but then he's gonna pull you in. Give me a...
Oh, wait. Oh, she was going to do the same thing?
Well, then there's gonna be opposed athletics.
Yeah, okay. I mean, he might win this, but let's see. Let's see.
See with the rolls that we've been getting tonight.
Oh, it was almost another nat 20. Did you see that?
Yeah.
17.
17's still pretty good. Yeah, both of you kind of grab at the same time, and it ends up kind of being a bit of a deadlock. Like, neither of you pull into the other. And he's just basically gonna be like, but if you want to settle it, me and you, I'm fine going head to head with you. Because I think it's an insult that he's even challenging you when I could take you out myself.
She's gonna, as she's like, because I'm assuming they have not broken off this handshake.
No,
yet.
it's very, like, you do get the satisfaction that you could tell he was trying to pull you in and he wasn't able to, and it's a really fucking tense moment.
Yeah. She, as she's holding the arm, she's going to lean a little forward. We'll see if you still feel that same way when your boss is gone.
And with that, he's gonna break off.
Yep. Does it seem like the crowd understands that as her accepting the invitation, or does she get the vibe like she needs to declare that because she's not a crowd speaker? Like, is the crowd like, oh, she's accepting, or like, is there confusion as to like what the handshake means?
At the time of the handshake thing, there's enough people that are like, oh shit.
Okay.
You're definitely getting especially amongst the other barbarians too.
Yeah.
You're getting some like clangs on shield, just like yeah.
All right. Well, she'll leave it at that.
And you definitely overhear some people who are like, you know where we're going in 2 weeks? We're going to frickin' Crab Claw because I gotta see this shit.
Does it? And they probably continue to hold that handshake for way too long.
Oh yeah, during the whole exchange and everything.
But even like when they're done talking, it's like no one wants to be the one to let go.
Yeah.
And so after a moment, she'll lean forward again. Maybe we should just let's let go on 3. We're gonna be here all day, and we have a sport to play.
Alrighty then, but only because I can't wait to kick your ass.
No, funny. I was thinking the same thing.
3. Let's go.
Hopefully he holds up his end of the deal because she was. Otherwise, she was about to get yanked. So she walks back to the party, kind of like rubs her gauntlets together. Well, I guess I have about 2 weeks to make that new armor.
So,
we have some stuff to talk about after this game, don't we?
Okay, yeah, I suppose so, huh?
You can tell us now. I thought you were spreading a religion.
A religion of kick buttery. No, well, I am, but he is a war god.
Right. So
You're right, Lopal is a war god. What are you doing?
basically, like, when did you start talking? When did this happen? Because I noticed,
Richard,
I
when
got
did
a
it
keen
happen?
eye. I got a keen eye that noticed that they were only talking to you and not the rest of us.
oh, true. Yeah. Well, Hunter, you are correct. And I would not drag anybody into something they didn't want to do. Which is
or
why I
weren't
only
talked to about, or not referenced at all.
Listen. It was clear when we were working with Lopal how hesitant and unsure about him being in charge everyone else was, but I was all gung-ho behind him because I admired his strength. And unfortunately, that strength turned out to be a very bad thing for Waterwheel, Crabclaw, whatever you want to call it, and the towns around it. And I don't know, I feel like I could have had something more to say in not helping him, and perhaps I could have changed things. And I feel a responsibility for what he's done. Not one that I would drag anybody else into, but one that I feel. And I told him as much when we were at the Soul Forge last.
You used your admiration to manipulate you, darling. It's not...
You told who now about what now? About when now?
Well,
That
you're
too.
hearing all those details the first time I'm hearing them.
Well, think you
Keep
may
up
have
this-
known some of these details before we did.
I told him the same thing I just told all of you, that I regretted helping him, and that he should prepare.
Is that how
to
you said
kill
it?
you?
Wait,
Or
hold on.
you
Ryan
don't-
Ryan pasted it. I can tell you exactly how I said it.
Were you gonna tell us
I'd have to find it again.
before he kicked
Well, I
our
got it in
asses,
my
or
notes.
after?
Well,
Were you gonna wait till after he kicked our asses to tell us, or no? Because
well,
the heads up would be nice. I would have grabbed some like Lopaw venom or something.
Well, it wasn't. Again, I didn't want to involve any of you because I knew you wouldn't want it.
Well, compadre, we're fam.
Compadre.
We roll tight.
Kind of like that.
We roll tight. We
Oh,
roll
someone
tight.
make fan
and,
art
like,
of compadre.
if someone comes after you, guess what? I'm side saddle. I'm right there. So like, they're coming after us. So I think in the future, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but coming from good old Hunter, Mr. Valentine here, next time you want to pick a fight, let us know that, when we're going to be backing up. Because like,
Or better note, we told Mazadon to get Lopaw off our back.
there
And
was
it
that.
seems like you've reopened wounds.
I think I would have preferred the explosion.
To be
Okay.
fair,
Now she's just saying it out loud.
No, I'm just saying it.
to be fair, I reopened the wound before we spoke with Mazadon.
Another
Does that make
fact
it better,
thing.
though?
No, I just want us to be accurate in our retelling of the events.
All right, accurate story told.
Listen,
So how about this egg, y'all?
I
Let's
knew that
crush
you all
these
would feel.
dickheads.
I knew you all would feel this way, which is why I made it just between Lopaw and I. And although it's been declared publicly, it still will be.
Except now they're
Well-
going to try to kill you during an Easter game.
And that's if you survive long enough to fight Lopaw in 2 weeks, where he will then
After the Easter game!
likely kill you.
Well, then we
Now,
better win
all right.
this egg, shan't we? All
right, let's-
Knuckles.
All right, hands in the middle, everybody.
God.
Let's put this gang of greenskins in the dumpster.
Roger puts
In the
that hand right
toilet.
in.
Watch your mouth.
Sorry. Oh dang. What the
Oh,
fuck? I need to meditate on my biases. Wow. Let's put these turd burglars in the toilet where they belong. And
Hey, watch your mouth. I'm just kidding.
I myself am a turd burglar.
myself am a friend to the turds.
And let's embarrass them on a community scale.
Wait,
And then we'll figure out how we're gonna put Lopaw in the same toilet.
who's the
all right.
fifth hand in the pile? Did we pick a fifth?
No.
Get a fucking fit. Where's my murder daughter?
You look over, you find your murder daughter.
Audra, do you want to fetch your daughter or boyfriend for this?
Having trained with both of them a bit out in the woods, you know that your murder daughter is a better fighter than your hunter boyfriend.
Well, this is as good a time to bring her back into the town as now.
Come
Hey-
back, darling. We need your help, please.
Hey, murder
Hey,
daughter, we
Kyo!
need some murdering.
Keon comes forward. Oh, I can fight.
Yes,
All right.
specifically, darling. You see that group right there?
Huh?
They've definitely tried to kill us before. They just threw the gauntlet, the actual one, like at Audra. So, like, let's have fun. It's a holiday, yeah?
But also, let's destroy them.
Dumpster fire fighters on 3. 1, 2, 3. Dumpster fire fighters.
I don't
No?
approve of that name.
All right.
Audra will line up whatever is in line with Krusk. You know, she'll obviously they will be each other's defender attack or whatever, you know.
Uh-huh.
By the way, I was actually thinking about literally throwing down the gauntlet, but I was like, no, because if if he then picks it up as a receipt of the challenge, I want that gauntlet. So I was like, let's go with the handshake.
Oh, I didn't even realize this, but she's got a great feat for this too. Not even do each of you have the Sentinel feat. If somebody wants to post the Sentinel feat, the last part doesn't matter because each of you have Sentinel as well. What really matters is that you can stop people on opportunity attacks.
Mm-hmm.
She also has the Slasher feat, so anytime she hits with a slashing weapon, she reduces the feet or the speed of a target by 10 feet.
Nice.
That's dope.
Nice.
And before this starts, it's a quick, like, if anything happens, you feel absolutely free to leave, fuck the game, but also
Okay.
be smart about this.
I only have one question then.
Yes, dear.
Sword and shield or great axe?
What are you more comfortable with? Against this lot, I would suggest a shield, but if you can...
Maybe sword and shield.
Yeah.
Sword and shield it is. And
I hope
she's
it
gonna
says
kinda
knock them down faster, but...
She's gonna kind of reach into her oversized baggy clothing and just like pull out sword and shield.
Again, be smart about it, please. Alright,
Alrighty.
let's go!
Let's do this.
Oh boy.
Alrighty. Okay, so let's get into it, shall we? Because we only got about an hour left anyway, so we better get into it now.
Oh shit.
Alrighty. So let me just roll a d6 real quick to see. Okay. So you guys take on some people. You win easily. Both of your groups are the main ones who are just clearing house. You're able to just like knock people down, grab the egg, get back over. So basically, you have to go over, take the egg from the basket, like from the little like nest on the other side, and you have to bring it back and put it in the nest of your side. And yeah, you guys like clear house easily, and it gets down to the finals, which is you against them. And let me take you over to the map.
A lot of otherism over here, Richard.
Hmm?
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
I think you versus them is a valid thing to say. Oops, I put the music on the wrong.
You
window
versus
tab.
the other group.
I'm being silly. Never mind.
Sorry, sometimes I have too much in my head to get jokes.
I
Um,
Well, stream just got a free ad off YouTube because I opened the wrong window. My bad.
Oh.
This is not a sponsored stream.
Okay.
Cash App is not involved.
Well, in any case, you can position yourselves however you want. I just threw in this for starters, but it could literally be anything. And let's get a turn order going. And so, yes, you need to get over to the other side where you get that egg and bring it back over to your side. And part of the issue is that, yeah, everybody has Sentinel, which can somebody post the thing in there? Basically is, fuck, god damn.
Ow.
Sick.
Watch it go
Sick.
into
Sorry, was
combat
that
now.
initiative?
Yeah.
Damn. Could I also cast False Life real fast, like leading
Yep.
up?
Totally.
Alright.
Yeah, if there's any buffs you want to
Alright.
do leading up, you can absolutely do that. Oh, let me take all these things.
All right, now it's coming back. A
I was about
whopping.
to say, we're about to go into the fight,
3.
so...
Um, 20.
Ugh, okay. Well, that's something.
I think I want to pop a buff.
Who's
I need to
guarding?
double check.
Oh my god. Well, these guys got a nat 1, so you guys are all going first.
Sick. Assuming there's like a little pregame talk of the stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Audra's happy to take defense because she's gonna, be putting up like auras and keeping everybody buff.
I don't want to spoil it, but as far as maneuverability goes, Anwar has worked on some new gadgets that would come very much in handy with this challenge. So he would recommend that he be one of the forward advancing members of the party.
Aww.
So, Anwar and Hunter, and then everyone else defend?
Keone and Chimera got the same score, but Chimera got
Aw.
the nat 20.
My baby. My little mutant baby.
Please don't end up being a murderer.
Yeah, right? You're like, oh, there might be an aberrant thing. And I was like, shit, I'm raising Dexter.
Yeah.
We
could work with that.
I mean, yeah, it's not the worst thing to work with.
Hunter got a 12 on the initiative.
Yeah, it wasn't high. But compared to natural 1, I'm doing great.
Yeah.
All right, let's put up.
And Anwar, what was your score?
Mine was a 17.
Alrighty. Okay, I think that's everybody. Is everybody positioned where they want to be to start? You can be anywhere. You can start. Let's just draw a line real quick.
And who is defending again?
I'm gonna stay defense and like the halfback kind of because I want to make sure I can get people in my aura, but I'm not like blitzing.
And Anwar's
There you go.
offense.
So
And I
basically,
assume with Hunter's maneuverability, he'd be offense. But I could switch to defense if we need an extra body.
No. I can...
so as part of our like pre-game buffing, Audra is going to cast Aura of Vitality, and everybody kind of feels like when you're within that aura of hers, you just feel a little like you feel soothed, you know, like is it you feel comforted, you feel like your wounds will be taken care of.
Hell yeah.
All right, so it's not a perfect line, but generally, as long as you're anywhere on the left side, then you're good. You do need to stay within the pillar, so you cannot go like hiding behind.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it. You can be anywhere on this map.
I'd be kind of I think I'd be kind of a right
The
here.
referee just got real easy with the rules.
Yeah, just like, you know what? This map is good enough. Like as long as you're on the map.
It's the last round. We were tight with the rules beforehand, but
Yeah.
now it's just a little Calvin ball for you.
Yeah.
Get comfy.
Oh, also, Richard, you tell me if this would, because of its duration, need to be like my first round thing or a pre thing, but obviously I'm going big Audra.
Oh, yeah.
So was that like, could I like activate that right as he's about to blow the whistle and then still have my first round, or would you need that to be my action?
Like there would be like a ready, set, go. You could do it on
Okay.
the set. That's fine.
Okay, cool.
Yep. If anybody else has anything going on, so any stats or buffs, can people tell me what they're doing right now?
I am using Expeditious Retreat to get an extra dash on his bonus actions.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Hunter's gonna tuck in behind this stone and hide.
Does anybody want control of Keone? Because I'll be honest, I'm not going to play her the smartest if I've got all these other guys to manage too.
Yeah.
So like having 6 people is a lot for me. So I know it'd be quick looking at her character sheet, but
What is she? She's a fighter?
she
I'll
is...
take her.
Yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
say it's probably closest to Sid's, so.
Okay. Alrighty. Let me give you her character sheet real quick.
Ryan, I love that the gloves are no longer con because now I can still have an aura if I'm big.
Yep. That was the idea. You could still like
Love
do magic and stuff.
Love it.
Thank you.
There it is.
And she's right after me too, right?
Yep.
Dope.
If you'd like her to be lower on the turn order, just to give yourself more time, if you wanted like her halfway between like Anwar and Hunter and Audra or something, I could do that. Whatever you want to do.
Can we do that just so I can
Yeah.
like have a chance to read it through?
Yeah, where do you want her?
Right.
Like,
I'm fine with going last among us if you want to put it before me.
Yeah, I'll throw it
Actually-
right in front of.
okay.
Fine me.
All right. And let me just give you control over her token.
I'm still checking out her sheet though, just for fun.
Yeah. She's a Psy Warrior.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's still got a bit of that Aberrant in there. But for the meantime, she does still have that pack on her back that is hiding tentacles. So,
Yeah.
that's a thing to think about too. Because one slash to the back and they go flying out. Alright, so they are going to continue this stance here for their starting. And Chimera, you're up first.
Oh shit. That's right. Okay. So we're gonna move forward a little bit, but not super far.
And remember, it's not just crossing to the other side of the line. You have to bring it back to the nest where it was.
Fuck, that's within 30 feet. It's good. From here, I'm just gonna yeet my new upgraded shield, actually.
Okay, and cannot stress this enough. Remember that everyone here has the Sentinel feat, including them.
Yes.
All right.
Wait, it's 8. Okay. So from here, just to do, we're going him first.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're
And
eating a
then-
shield.
Yeah. Then it's gonna go from that guy.
I
to
will
that
just.
guy.
I will say, just like all of you guys, buffed yourselves up, like in the kind of heat of the moment, they were like getting ready to kind of. They're like pumping up their chests and stuff. They're clearly going into a rage.
fair.
All of them.
Yep.
Yep.
That's fair.
That's fair.
All right.
Actually, it's not fair. Okay. Yeah. All right. So first.
Oh yeah, hits the first guy. Hits the second guy. Does not hit.
4th. Oh no, it's coming.
Nope, swinging on the way back does not hit.
It's fine, I'll take the first 2.
Okay.
And it's just a 2d6. No mods. So here's number 1. And here's number 2. Nothing special, nothing special.
Okay, and this is just physical damage.
Yeah, and then as I'm a little far away to do that.
You wanted this guy as the second one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's within 30.
You definitely like kind of clang off their head a little bit, and they just kind of shake themselves. Doesn't do a lot to them.
Bonus action, we're gonna bring out the echo, but then we're also just gonna back up a little bit.
Okay. Alrighty. Anwar.
Right, Hunter, you're running in there.
Hell yeah.
If you can get the egg, I can get you back here. But don't kill yourself, okay?
Hell yeah. That's a deal.
Anwar is going to run, let's say, he's got 30 feet and a bonus action of 30 more feet. He's going to deliberately run across to try and draw their attention.
All right.
So first 30 feet gets him here.
Mm-hmm.
And then bonus action with expeditious retreat, his armor transforms into like that of a long distance runner with like kind of trails of electricity coming off of him.
You get that like curved thing around like the ankle or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
I'm the fastest Genasi alive. And he's going to come right here. And then as he comes around the bend here, he is going to have his arm transform, his gauntlet transform into a cannon similar to his fairy fire, but slightly different. Or at least the thing that's going to come out is going to be slightly different. He's going to launch a grenade, and it's going to land right in the middle of these guys.
We can't break the egg.
It doesn't do damage.
Oh.
At least it doesn't do damage to things without eyes. As
Okay. You worried me for a second.
As a flashbang pyrotechnic explodes right in the middle of them.
Sick.
Okay.
I need all of them to make con saves.
Oh gosh, I gotta grab some dice.
Pyrotechnics. Is this like one from that like city magic spells or something? I haven't seen this.
No, this is actually a normal one, but I prepared it to hawk Marwan goods today.
It's awesome.
Hell
Dude.
yeah.
I haven't seen this before.
You need 6.
It's all of them within 10 feet. So if I land it right at Krusk's feet, it should tag all of them.
Okay. There we go. All right. Krusk, ever the badass, gets a nat 20.
That's fair.
And what's the save?
16.
And what kind of save is it again?
Con save.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So Krusk and the guy on the far right save, the others do not.
So they are blinded until the end of my next turn.
Very nice. I don't have time to find the right symbol, so I'm just gonna do this. Alrighty. Very nice turn.
Well done, Ryan.
Yeah. Okay. 3 of them are blinded. Fireworks go out like crazy. Does not do any damage to any. Couple sparks fly dangerously close to the nest, but do not touch it. Alright, anything else on your turn? Is that it?
That's all I got. I used everything.
Alright, Hunter, you're up.
I feel like when prepping, Hunter like backed up against the stone and pulled out like a steel mirror and like started creeping it over. And Anwar, before he like did his thing, he like put a hand on my wrist and like lowered and was like, "You don't want to look. You'll hear it." And so like
watch your eyes.
so the second like he sees Anwar like bolt, that's fast, and then you hear the pop, and it's like he just straight up just dips. Let's see, 40 bonus action run. There.
Technically getting around there, unless you can move another way, that would have provoked an opportunity attack already. You're in a threatened square, and then you left it to get over there.
All right. We will. So 40. If he's just bolting alongside, there's 40.
Yeah, just make sure that you're not running through those stone pillars too. You do have to go around them.
Okay. So does this look fine?
I don't see it.
We can't see until you do it.
Sorry, can you do that again real quick? Did you go over that first pillar? Yeah, you're going right over the pillar. You got to go around it.
From where I'm clicking,
okay.
it looks like I'm going behind it. You're seeing the lines, right?
Yeah,
You're
no,
not going
it's
through
still the
this
same
square,
thing. Yeah. You're going through this square, which would provoke an attack of opportunity.
This square?
This one is it's within 5 feet of this, and then you're going out of that square. Yeah, so
I
this
see.
one is
35. Okay, so if I do this, I'd be fine, right?
well, you're going again. Your line is right through one of those big pillars. Like this is a big stone pillar that's up above. Like
Okay,
you have to go around it. You'd have to go like here and then over. You can't just go through the pillar.
okay.
Oh, he's talking about these right up here.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, I misunderstood. My apologies.
There you go there, and then if you're gonna try to go through this bush, I'm gonna need some kind of acrobatics or something to avoid. There you go. You could do that. That's 45.
5, 55. So 65 there, which would
Yep. So yeah, you could get 65 to here, which then so far has not provoked any attacks.
and then I'd have 15.
Actually, wait, that's not. Did you go through this square?
No, he went around that one.
Okay.
So 65 if I'm there.
Okay, it's an
But-
action to take the egg.
The bonus action. Okay. So I can't use my grapple hook now. I've used my action, my movement, my bonus action, and my action to grab the egg.
Mm-hmm.
And he said as long as I can get the egg, he can get me out. So I'm gonna like nod to him and like clutch the egg.
Yeah, so they're just like blinded, and before you know it, you've like zipped around. They're like, "How the fuck is he that fast?"
I'm gonna go ahead and spend my last 15 movement, just backing up to this corner here.
Okay.
I think that's still an attack op from the top right guy though, isn't it? If you went for the egg.
If I was in this tiny one here.
Right, but didn't you pass through this one to get the egg? So once you break away from that, this guy gets a swing.
I'm just now realizing
here.
that. Yeah. And you had 15 left from there. So.
Yeah, I moved diagonal, so I
I
had
see.
a 5-foot square in between us.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm just now realizing too that I'm gonna need to make up some mechanics real quick. So if you are hit while holding the egg, to either like clutch it tight or something, so that way
Like
it
a
doesn't.
concentration.
Yeah, so that way it
That's
doesn't
fair.
break while you're holding it. Yeah.
That's fair.
So, any case, all right. So that's Hunter's turn. All right, Kion.
We have the egg.
Let's give a little red dot there to signal that you have the egg. You have the red egg.
Really, like 5 feet away from anything that she can actually do. We're gonna move forward a little further, like as an action, I guess. We'll go...
Did you want to say that you started her a little closer up? Like, I want you to be able to do something on the turn.
If we can. Well,
That's
so
fine.
my thing is that she's got that psionic stuff.
Mhm.
But a lot of it seems reactionary. So I wanted to be able to like be close enough to Hunter to like make them hurt if they hurt him, which they're gonna.
Yeah, with that attitude. When has Hunter ever been dropped? Don't answer that.
What's
Yeah,
good
yeah.
is that Sentinel only works on opportunity attacks. If they just go up and start wailing on him, that doesn't mean his movement is 0.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm so unused to reading those types of like sheets at this rate.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll go for it. They're like right
Yeah,
there.
Mythweavers are hard to go back to reading after using
I'm-
D&D Beyond.
Yeah, I'm still so used to it that I don't think anything of it.
Yeah. I think that'll be okay. You are another creature you can see within 30 feet takes damage. Nope, it's not going to be okay. I'm going to have to get in close, and I'm super worried about that. Oh, well, wee!
Murder
gonna-
daughter is going on fence.
She's running all up, sword and shield. Her sword will have the stats of a rate. Oh wait, no, she's strength based. So it'd probably just be long sword and shield.
Okay.
Richard, can we see her health bar too when you get a chance?
Yeah.
In case it becomes, needed.
Yep.
Thank you.
I'm not going to get closer, but I'm close enough to help Hunter a little bit. Which isn't a lot, admittedly. So we'll
Okay.
do that.
Do you do
But
anything on this round? or
I'd like
just
to hold my
wait?
action
Okay.
for when one of these guys comes up close to me. There we go.
Okay.
Good call.
Alrighty. Audra.
I forget that a lot.
Big Audra, what do you
Yep.
do?
First gonna move forward again to just try to keep everybody, as many people as she can in the aura. And I love spiritual weapon because summoning it is a bonus action, which is just
Yep.
wonderful. So she's gonna be like just locking eyes with Krusk, and she's gonna be locking eyes and just like do like a mock kind of like swinging of her sword, at which time the sister blade will appear, vroom, and swing at him for real. Which is
And that does force damage, which they are not resistant to.
but will a 17 hit?
It will hit him, actually.
Yay!
Yep.
Okay, so he's gonna take this damage of force, like you said, 7 force. That's not bad.
Nice, yeah.
And
It's
then
a solid hit. You really piss him off with that.
and she follows that up because that was just a bonus action. She looks at him and kind of like through, because she's holding her shield, so it's kind of got to be like pointing at him like around the straps, kind of. She's gonna point and then kind of like do one of these like beckoning moves and like kind of like clench her fist together. And also one thing that happened during time skip was she got past kind of like the tattoo darkness part of the campaign that she had, but now is thinking of ways that she can also utilize that now that she's overcome it, and the needles in her sword and everything, to sort of use those for her own benefit. And so in Krusk's mind, he's gonna hear the tolling of a bell as I cast the Toll of the Dead cantrip, and I'm gonna need a wisdom save from this big dumb orc, please.
He fails. Wisdom ain't his thing.
And he's already taken damage, so
Yep.
he's going to take a d12 of necrotic, and he's going to take 10 necrotic damage.
You are above level 5. I think that does 2d12.
Oh, I think you are correct. Sorry, let me double check. 2d12. All right. I was happy with the 10, but let's make it 12. Total of 12.
All right.
We take those.
Yeah, he immediately starts clutching his stomach and just like starts kind of drooling from the mouth, and he looks right at you like he's locked on you. He's really pissed at this point.
All right, and that's me.
All right, they are up. Closest guy here gonna go up to Hunter. He's gonna take some slashes.
At disadvantage.
No, this guy's not blinded.
What? Oh. Uh-oh.
This is the guy who's not blinded.
Oh dear.
What's your AC?
It's 15.
He's gonna take 3 swings at you with his great axe.
I'll let the first one let me know.
The first one hurts you real bad and deals. I got a D12 around here. So here we go. Deals 11 damage to you. What's your reaction?
I'm gonna dip set. I'm gonna eat the 11 damage and dip out.
I will need a con save from you real quick as he slices into you.
Can I also, while him taking that, can I do one of those cyanic die to reduce it?
Oh, totally.
Cool,
And
cool,
with that 18, yeah, you totally yeah, it hurts, but you hold the egg in tight and you're not dropping it. Dip setting to where? Damn!
Nice. 11 minus 8. I'm good at math. That's
Yeah,
easy.
Dude, Psionics.
Great.
Sid, your kid's really cool.
she kind of pulls the blade back a bit, doesn't just kind of nicks you rather than going in deep.
Tight. So half my movement is 20. So I'm going to move there.
All right, and he's still gonna use the rest of his movement and follow you. Just like, no, don't. You're not going anywhere. He at first slices. You keep on running away from him. He misses, and then on the third one, he gets you and hits you again.
And I
For
reaction. And I can't use another reaction.
You cannot. No. That is 14 slashing damage
Cool.
to you that time. I need another con save.
Cool.
You start to drop. I'm gonna need a dexterity saving throw or something else you can justify to be like, oh, quick, and grab the egg because you drop it for a second.
Oh, fuck you. I'm sorry. Fuck you.
You have dropped the egg as you go, and I am going to roll percentile dice. See if it breaks or not.
I'm thankful that you're doing a percentile and not just taking the nat 1 on that.
Yep. Yeah, no, the nat 1, you completely drop it, and it lands on a really soft patch of grass. You are really lucky there.
I shoot barbs with my eyes at this
Oh, wait.
dude.
Oh, man.
You can't you?
I was going to say, Kamira's not within 30 feet, too. She
No,
couldn't
I'm
even
not.
help
I'm
with
like
that.
70 feet away.
Yeah.
He already
So,
used his reaction, Sid.
Oh.
The egg is currently over here, but you do not...
Are they blinded?
You do not have it anymore. 3 of these guys are blinded. This guy who's been attacking him this whole time is not. This guy is totally blind, has no idea the egg's been dropped, but hears that Hunter's like around there. He hears a hacking and slashing. He is going to go over and swing recklessly, which will cancel out his disadvantage, but still does not have advantage when he swings at you wildly. And because of that, swinging like crazy. 2 of those are gonna miss, but then 1 will hit you.
I think Hunter's like, Anwar! Anwar!
You said you could have it! So
Anwar's like looking over. I'm guessing that's a ridge that's there, and he's like, "Of course, you move away from me. Why would you make this easy for me?"
Oh yeah.
That is 15 slashing damage to you.
God damn, that hurts.
Yeah, these guys hurt.
Just like the first time. Just like the first time.
Oh, perfect.
That's all of their actions and movement.
Krusk is looking down, or kind of looking up as he's hunched over, looking at Audra. he doesn't care about the game anymore. He just wants to
I didn't
fuck you
think
up.
so.
He
I didn't
is
think so.
going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, you
6.
bitch!
Yeah,
Kyo's just like, what the fuck, man?
yeah. She didn't do like a bonus action hide or anything like that. Like she's just running through. He totally saw her, so he's gonna run over to the side and just go up. And he's going to take 3 swipes at Audra.
Did he go through Keon's
He
space?
didn't. He was like,
No.
fuck you.
No, he specifically went
Yeah.
around.
Okay.
Which I don't blame him. I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I see the weird backpack tentacle woman, and I avoid her too.
Same.
Oof. Ow. Okay. He's really pissed at you. And he is going to take 3 swings at you. First one hits. Second one hits. Third one crit. He
Jeez.
Yeah.
I have an AC 19, and he just
no.
sailed.
Yeah, he
right,
3 rolls with advantage on all of them. That's
All right.
what these guys do. And remember, this guy is low tier next to low paw. And he is
I'm aware.
crushing you.
I'm aware of the grave I've dug for myself.
This guy, the half orc is the only one with a great sword instead of a great axe. So this is a shit ton of d6 I have to do now. That's 2,
Cool.
4.
Hey. Tony, you know what the silver lining is? Still big. Audra's still big.
Yes,
That's true.
that's true. Still big.
And she's got a.
My
it's a
aura,
good-
my aura
it's
is
a
a
good
con
thing she
save
has a
though.
lot more
so,
HP.
mm,
I'm just gonna roll this digitally.
my aura is a con save. Yeah,
This
roll.
is a total of 8 d6.
Can you do the hit
plus
separately for sake of
18.
con saves though?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay. So in that case, first one.
I wish I had
Not-
my Warcaster, but that's not till. Oh.
All right.
It's not till next level.
So first attack. 13.
Okay.
Second attack. 14 as he cuts you in the leg.
Okay.
And then he's just gonna do a hop up to try to like get you up in the chest area or something for that crit. Luckily that crit only gave 2 more.
Yeah.
Nice.
Snake eyes on that crit, so this barely gets up towards your gut area.
Yeah.
So that is still a total of
I did them all piece by piece.
what is that,
Yeah.
44?
It's this big hit. I'm so glad I took tough. And unfortunately, that con breaks on the second one.
Yeah, so he's really pissed at you at this point. These 2 other blind guys, I'm just gonna have to roll perception just based off their hearing to see if they even know what the fuck's going on right now. Oh god. Okay. One guy gathers that the action's around here somewhere. Got a general idea. Somewhere around here. Is there a roll that they can do at the end of their turn to not be blinded anymore, or are they just blinded?
It just ends at the end of my turn, so they.
Okay. Okay, so this guy is, and then this guy is just freaking confused, so he's just gonna kind of go out in front and center and not really be able to do that well. But that's all their turn. And with that, Chimera.
Hold on, wait. I was in the middle of reading it. Holding. Okay. Shit. Okay, this is fine. Echo's gonna... Oh, wait, I gotta move up with my Echo, so... And then Echo's also... Can she stand there?
As
Can
a
she-
reminder, Hunter does not have the egg in his hand at the moment.
All right.
Right. But let's see here. Yes. Yeah, this is fine. I think we're both going to attack him. Yeah. Just kidding. First, I'm going to Hunter's Mark the fuck, and then I'm going to attack him. So, with my sword. I'm just gonna go 1,
Nice.
2.
Nice.
Whoa! What is going on with these 20s tonight?
Yes. Oh, Sid,
And then we're gonna
yes!
go ahead and unleash incarnation. So we're
The
gonna go
Chimera
again.
rolls are on fire.
Uh,
The fuel is on fire.
that was
Right?
not so
Oh, man.
good, but still.
Like,
that
the
last
other
one,
two.
that last one just barely doesn't hit.
Let's make it a hit. Let's channel
I
some
did.
divinity. Make that third
All
one a hit too.
right, third
We-
one hit.
Okay, so, and I get brutal critical, and I did. Fuck. Okay, so I get plus another die on
Oh,
top of
man.
it. So that
Uh-huh.
first one.
I don't do this often, but Sydney, you get 2 steps from hell.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
But you earned it. So
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I play that on
So,
stream is the question.
3d8 plus 2d6
Probably not.
plus 6. So here's one. Here's the. You know what? I kind of want to roll it all together. Should I roll it all?
Yeah,
together?
roll it all
Yeah,
together.
give
Have
the
fun
big
with it.
number.
So this is all the crit damage, and then we'll do the follow up.
Oh,
61,
oh, baby, yes.
and then
You make me
The
make
other
Winnie the
one.
Pooh noises over here. I'm so excited.
And the other one, what? There's more?
there's more. He gave me that that boon to roll that 15 over to a hit. So
Yep.
we got that. Bing bong.
Mhm.
So we got 17 on top of that, and then I kind of wanna. I kind of
So
wanna
here-
go again.
Here's the thing. He had what is it? He had 33 HP. Even halved those 2 crits, you get him down to 3. That last one, you get him down on his knees. And it looks like he should be dying.
Oh right, he's.
But he's that freaking tough half-orc who gets back up. He is at 1 HP. You want to action surge?
Sid, I will leave it up to you, but him doing that 1 HP, Audra will give you a look like, I would like to do this, but I will not stop you. You know what? She won't give a look. She'll just say that. Chimera, I will not stop you, but I would savor this if I could do it myself.
But you think you earned this?
No, but I'll still enjoy it.
Stay down, bitch, and I'm gonna
a kill if she's gonna do it.
but oh wait, no, I think that was all of my movement. We won't. If she wants it, she can have it.
Oh, thank you.
But also he can't fucking move. He's fucking stuck there, bitch. Yeah, that's it.
Alright. Anwar. There's still the
Alright.
issue of the egg at hand.
Yeah.
We've had a side plot going on.
I knew that was happening. Like, even if I hadn't attacked Krusk first, I knew that was gonna happen.
This is a ledge, right? I can't ascend this, correct? Right here.
Technically this is supposed to be flat fairground, so just ignore that.
Oh, great.
Oh, I should have 5 more hit points than I do because of temp HP, so I'm gonna alter that real fast. My apologies.
Okay.
Then in that case, 1,
Still not great.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 1/2 Hi, Keon. Expeditious Retreat
Hello.
gets him another 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's say 12. Hunter, they're about to be able to see you again. I need you to pick up the egg.
Oh, they don't see me now? And I immediately start like slow motion reaching for the egg.
I hold my action.
Wait, was he
Or-
invisible? Was he invisible this whole time?
No.
No.
No, the other one
you mean the
blinded.
pyrotechnics thing? Okay. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. Oh yeah, it is your turn, so I guess these guys are no longer blinded. So what did you tell him?
Pick up the egg, and I hold my turn.
All right.
I hold my action, rather.
Okay. Hunter.
I immediately drop to a knee, cradle that egg, and hold it tight, and close my eyes, and just start saying shit, 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 shit.
Upon holding the egg, that is the trigger for Anwar, your action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Anwar holds out his gauntleted hand, and it transforms into a brand new function. It kind of has a lens and a couple of prongs that go around the side, and it fires out a large glob of orange-like energy, and it lands right at your feet, Hunter. Kind of makes like a boom noise, and then Anwar points his hand towards the direction of his egg, and he fires the other half of his vortex warp.
Oh shit!
Yes.
Now you're playing with
Yes.
portals.
And a portal appears underneath your feet as you emerge
Try
on the other side.
Shit. Yep.
So do you land like right at the thing? Right in the basket?
Right next to it, rather, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
You just like you're holding an egg. You teleport to it. You're right at the egg. You can just drop it in.
Is it a dex save or acrobatics for a hero landing?
Dex, acrobatics for a hero landing.
Just don't
Such a
slam dunk it.
poser. Such a poser. Yeah.
Such a poser.
Oh. Yeah, it looks kind of cool. You know what? Actually,
More of a knee.
you know what-
More of
no,
a knee
hold on.
than-
No, this is really about the audience, isn't it? So I think this is a performance. Give me a
Oh.
performance check.
Honestly, well, I'm just gonna roll it.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
man. Yeah, you. Like the crowd does not know what's going on, but they cheer anyway. It's like, oh shit!
Well, I think there's this like heartbeat where like I'm there and like there's some mist and I'm just frozen there, and then I twist and lift the egg up high above me, and there's the egg, and then that's
Oh my god! How did that even happen?
and I nestle it gently in the nest with the other egg.
And with that, you hear like a huzzah! There's like all sorts of people start jumping up and cheering, and the game itself technically is over at this point. And so, what's I guess Keown is like just jumping up, like cheering, like, yeah, we did it, we did it. And Audra,
Yeah.
what do you do on your turn within the next 6 seconds after? Like, the buzzer has gone off. Everybody's cheering. What do you do?
Yeah.
He's still standing there.
Yep. Did he stand up or is he still on his knees? Not that it matters because I get advantage either way because he reckless, but just for the image.
Yeah, just for the image, he's on his knee.
Okay, cool. So big Audra is looking down on him. You're right, I didn't earn this, but I will still enjoy it. I've learned that there's a time for mercy, and she starts to like lower her sword and shield, and then it's just a ghostly sword, so I imagine it can do this. The sister blade, assuming it hits, will just like from behind him just shoot through his abdomen. Like, not killing him because it's ghostly, but you know what I mean? Just like... So she says, I've learned there's a time for mercy. And then, here comes this.
Why does the Sister Blade have advantage?
Reckless attack. It's still a melee spell attack.
You can reckless it? I thought only...
No, he reckless.
Everyone has it.
So I have advantage on
Oh,
him.
right, yeah, you're right, Yep.
Yeah.
Which means actually that Chimera had advantage on all those attacks.
Oh, right.
I thought
That's
you
true.
rolled it. I thought you
I
rolled
don't
an
think she
advantage.
did.
Maybe not.
I think
No,
she
I
got 2
didn't.
nat 20s without it.
You got 2 nat 20s
Just roll-
standard.
Just curious. Roll one more d20 to see if that last one would have been a crit.
If it's a crit, I quit. I'm done. Oh,
No.
thank God.
How cool would it have been, though?
But would have been tight.
Okay.
It would have been a hit without
I
the.
did that with Leno once before. Like I get shit and fuck all, but I remember rolling 3 nat 20s in one go, and it was like, what the fuck?
So yeah,
Yeah,
quite
for
literally, he went and gave it everything he got to try to bring down Audra, and
So
was not able to bring her down. And then
Yeah.
Chimera came in when he had left his
Yeah.
guard open and just slashed the hell out of him. So that thing's gonna just come up from behind.
Yeah,
and-
so she walks up. You're right, I didn't earn this, but I will still enjoy it. I've learned that there's a time for mercy, and she starts to lower her weapons a bit. And there's a time not for mercy, and that's when the sword just goes through him like that.
goes through him, and guys, I don't think we're out of combat now, because she
Did it
just
piss the other ones
threw a-
off?
they're gonna start to riot at that because she just hit him after the game was over.
Wait, the people or the orcs? Not that it
The
makes
orcs.
Okay.
All right. Well, he is.
Technically, I still have an action. Technically, that was all a bonus action.
All right. What's your action? Because you
Uh,
just did that, and you
I'm
see
aware.
all of them look up at you and are livid.
Yeah, well, seeing them all look pissed, I'm gonna also heal myself.
It's like right after a foul at in a hockey game or something, and they're all just ready to jump you.
Yep.
And as bonus actions, they can get closer because they're orcs.
They all have Orcish Fury.
All right.
Yeah,
that was
that's just a
the
trait. That's just a trait they have as a racial feat.
Okay, that was cure wounds
not
on
the-
myself at level 3, just to.
Y'all know how
Declare it.
I rolled those 20s. I'm pretty sure the ones are coming. I'm pretty sure the ones are coming.
Let me just make sure. Is it? I think it's all orcs have. Oh, it's called aggressive, not orcish fury. Aggressive bonus action to move up to the speed towards the enemy. So, this guy's not going to be thinking as well. Keon's going to have a chance. The Sentinel doesn't go in effect anymore, just for all intents and purposes.
Sure.
But she would get an opportunity to swing as he's going to
Question as you being the person that like is the personality behind it, would she like be like, yo, what's going on? Or
good question. Probably after the first one goes, she's like, wait, what? And then by the second one, she'd be like, oh shit, and probably try
Yeah.
to get someone. Because yeah, she's gonna see this first guy go up and start to go. So let's.
Andrew, I'm assuming you heard all that through your headphones. We don't need to recap anything for you.
2.
I like that this music is called Minor Battle.
Not anymore. It's not.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they
Oh,
all
hello,
start
everyone.
rushing up on you. I do not want to spend all the time rolling these with dice, so I'm just gonna roll them on here. Reckless and attack all 3 of them. Keon probably by the 4th one would stab at one of them. Do you want to roll for Keon while I work on these other 3? This is gonna take a little bit.
Sure.
How many total attacks are coming my way, Richard?
3,
Not
6,
9.
9
At advantage.
Okay.
This is number 1.
No, I see a crit.
20.
Yep. What's your AC right now?
19.
Okay, so right now that's only 1 hit, but it was a crit. That's 1 hit. Number 2.
2 hits.
That is 2 hits. Number 3.
Good thing they're rolling like trash, except for the crit again.
Is that another
Yeah.
crit?
Yep.
Yep. Oh, and another hit, so that's 2 more. And then, I need to
Well, hold
do
on, you
one
have an
more.
odd number right now.
I know.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay. So, let me keep track here.
I got you. You got a crit, a hit, a crit, and a hit.
And So 2 crits.
Well, this
and
is gonna
2
hurt.
double hits. Yeah. Plus, I think 2 more hits there. Oh my god.
Sorry, I thought you were done. I was trying to wait.
That's gonna be 3 more hits. It's an insane amount of hits is the point. Do we just want to call
Fucking
it
A.
Roll
yeah,
it. Let's
do we
roll it
just
to see it, but like,
Yeah. So
there's no. I don't see how mathematically I, you know.
It could all be ones.
Yeah.
So they're all hits and 2 of them are crits.
Yeah. So I kind of stopped counting after a certain point. There's so many hits. So
Well, how many total attacks? 9.
I just from the strength alone, like
Let's just see the number.
Yeah, we should see the number. So Richard, it's 9 total attacks.
Is it?
I would like to rage and
yeah, they just all go apart.
I mean,
until the point that you're down.
yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. There's
what is everybody else doing at that point? They're just wailing on her. Oh shit, actually. Individual hits, they could be doing this till she's dead. I'm gonna give people a chance to try to intervene here.
Oh, wait, hold
they
on.
would just keep hitting until she's down and keep hitting her.
Do you want to break it up by the actual hits, or do you just want to wing it?
I'm
'Cause
just
we
gonna
could do that
say
if you
by the
feel
time
need.
she's in death saves, people have a chance to try to run in and intervene. So Chimera, you can try to go first. Is there anything you do? Because right now they could outright kill her.
And also outright kill me again.
That's true too.
If you don't have something, I do.
The only thing I can think of is to get in front of them.
Yeah, I'm basically saying we're out of combat. This is a social challenge now.
Okay,
Are
okay.
you going to try to stop them from literally killing her? Because they're about to.
Are we able to synchronize?
Yeah, you can synchronize if you want to.
Not necessarily getting in front, but we're gonna start by trying to pull people away, maybe.
Upon being dead, or deadish, Audra shrinks back down into her small form.
So they would have, they have enough attacks. I just want to do the math just out of curiosity. Yeah, by the 5th attack is when the 4 attacks would bring me down, and then they have 5 left.
And that's when I stopped counting. There's
yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I was just curious, like,
are we still in
survive the
combat?
saves? But no, I would not.
Actually, so
Definitely
we'll put Echo up front, Chimera in the back, trying to like pull them away, just screaming for an end to it, I guess.
Yep. And to be fair, there would also be like a group of other barbarians who would like rush over and be like, whoa, 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 whoa! Like that's not the first time things have gotten heated in a match before. So there would be other people coming out too, but you guys are the immediate ones that get there the soonest to be able to potentially stop them from killing her.
If you're
So,
done.
sorry, did Chimera have anything else, or just trying to step in between?
Trying to step in between, trying to pull people off between me and the Echo, just like, stop, please. But
Okay,
I imagine Anwar has something that's going to be more effective.
So if you're trying to pull them off, you can do athletics, or if you're trying to persuade or intimidate, then you can do that.
I did just, like, technically murder their leader again and didn't murder him. So I've got that going.
Yeah, that's true.
He's gonna be our best friend at this rate. If we keep
20 to
murdering him and
pull
not
what,
killing
like...
him.
He's gonna be the the late game right before the final boss join the party guy. He's like, you know what, you guys are all right.
There's still multiple people hitting him, but you're able, with you and your Echo, can like try to pull one off temporarily. Anwar, what are you doing?
Second verse, same as the first, Vortex. I'm gonna cast the portal gun right beneath Audra's corpse, and I assume that there is, and correct me if I'm wrong, a first aid or healer or
You did see
medic?
that there were like potions lined up in a certain spot for people after they're done their fights. Yeah.
Then I'm going to shoot one into the portal right underneath Audra, and I'm going to shoot the other one as close to that healing station as possible. I am just picking her up and plucking her somewhere else.
Alrighty, you go ahead and do that, and these guys just look over at you, just like, you motherfucker. They're
Like,
just
guys,
getting
guys,
pissed. Guys. Like, your portal gun thing. First, it cost them the game and the egg. Now it's costing them their kill. They're
Let's
just
kill
like, nerd. Hunter, is there anything you do?
So reading the room, are we in like de-escalation mode or murder
There's-
mode?
Like
Escalation
a
mode.
De-escalation?
crowd of barbarians, especially, is like descending on the group to like try to break things up.
wasn't a-
And
Yeah.
I'm sure
All right.
people are like really shocked to see Audra just like pop up somewhere else, and so like medic people are like rushing over there to get to her. But you can tell that these these four dudes are still really pissed at Anwar now because he has
Okay.
foiled their plans twice.
Cool. I'm gonna rush
Nerds.
up. I'm gonna rush up and like slap a hand on this orc's shoulder, and kind of spin them around, and my hunter's eyes kind of flash like a silky peach color, and he says to the friend here, all right, y'all lost fair and square. Cool your boys down. There's gonna be time for a rematch, and he's gonna cast Charm Person.
Oh, okay.
Attaboy.
What kind
so
of save is that? Wisdom?
That's a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, Andrew, we
It
have two
is
very different tactics.
It is at advantage since they are technically fighting us.
Okay.
And the spell save is 14.
Okay. Well, that is not something that they're good at. And
Thank
so he starts going, rematch? Yeah, we'll see you with a rematch.
Just, yeah, tell your friends. Tell your friends.
You tell your friends she's a dead woman!
No, do you tell your friends that there's gonna be a rematch, so cool it.
Guys, I think the
You-
Lopaw fight might have just turned into
Roll
an actual
bad.
group fight.
Yeah. Basically, there's gonna be like, "Oh, well, you know what? Fine! We're done for now. Just
Does
you
he-
wait. For the
does
next
he,
2
like-
weeks, Lopaw gonna feel her." And one of them just gonna, or a couple of them are gonna look over at Anwar, and one of them points at Anwar like, "Hey, you're not exactly dead, but you're getting a beating. You're getting a really bad beating.
Good game.
You cheat!
Oh.
Didn't cheat.
Was that triumph?
Just 'cause magic's allowed doesn't mean that it's fair."
Played against guys online like that.
Eventually, enough of the crowd descends over. Both Audra and Krusk get healed by people. Audra, you like have a potion shoved down your throat. You're bleeding from so many areas. You are sore as hell as they start to heal up, but you are scarred from that. Like there are little scars that even with the healing, those scars
That's
are
fair.
staying there. You got beat down within an inch of your life. And they're like, "Oh, thank God she's alive. Thank God."
Hunter turns to the rest of the group, and as Charm Person's fading off, his eyes are still it's got the ruin our friendship filter on in the eyes from Instagram, and the hearts fade away. He's like, y'all, we did it.
At what cost?
Yeah. I got a cat.
Where did you get that? Morgan, kitty.
So the
I
presenting
love you.
orc will come over and be like, "Hey, we have a winner! Team Slayer! And people are gonna start cheering, "Yeah!"
Thank you.
Can I do a con save to see if Audra can get up to like to the
Sure,
podium?
Yeah.
I'm fine if she doesn't, but yeah, probably not with an 8.
Yeah, no, she's like, no.
Yeah,
just
she does
help,
like
some people.
nope.
Some people help lift her up.
Yeah.
Anwar, actually, at the presentation, like I imagine the egg is about to go to Hunter because of his.
Oh well, no, hold on, I got something for that. Well, but
Okay.
if you got something for Hunter, you can go ahead and do it, just not with the egg yet.
Oh,
Unless you're just doing the
real.
egg that you got from the game, you can do something with that egg.
No, I want the real egg.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Give me the egg.
Well.
Actually, I'll do my part first.
Okay, go ahead and do your part first.
Anwar will step forward and say, it is true. There's no mic. There should be a mic.
You don't have
Well,
like
it
a
is
thing in
true.
your helmet?
I wish. Well, it is true that we won the contest. It is Riverbed who are the real winners. And off to the side near his cart, he is going to activate a little rocket that will fly up into the sky. And when it bursts, it will kind of cause the clouds to circulate around. And Anwar is going to use the most OP spell in the game, Skywrite.
Whoa.
We got we got Skywrite. We got it.
Nice.
Bingo.
And he gets up to 10 words, so he's going to write Riverbed free in Common, Dwarven, and Primordial, and it's just going to kind of be in the sky above the festival. Riverbed free.
Yeah, that's an inspiration. That's a natural nat 20. Just you don't even have to roll for it. That's like people just like whoa, and they're cheering for it and everything. And then finally the presenter's just like, and to present the main prize, our amazing benefactor who brought this all the way from Pixeland. I present to you the great hero, Knuckles.
Fucking no. You shitting me? No.
And that's what we're
No!
gonna call it tonight.
You monster made of man meat. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
And in the corner of the
he's a
sky, right,
well-respected guy in town.
it says sponsored by Marvels and Miracles.
You know, I was gonna say with 10 words, you could just write "suck it" 5 times. You know.
Good.
All right.
Wow.
That's it. That's it for this session.
What a way to come back from a time skip.
We've been tracking that bastard and he winds up right back here. That son of a bitch.
I have so many feelings right now. I feel attacked.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, Chimera got emotionally attacked the whole time. Audra got physically attacked. It's been an episode, y'all.
I almost died but didn't.
You learned not to do that. And you did it. Damn it.
For the good of the game, baby.
Were you talking to me or to Andrew?
Yes.
Either.
Yeah.
No. Nah,
Now,
man.
in my
I mean,
defense,
granted, Hunter was he was keeping his eyes on the prize.
in my defense, my eyes were on the prize, and Anwar said, "If you get the egg, I will get you out."
He
It
did.
just-
He did
there
get
were
you
some-
out.
There was a detour along the way, but we got there.
Accepted.
Richard, I
Oh,
felt so
Tony.
bad. I'm like, oh, I'm about to end this entire man's career with this one spell. And then they all didn't pass, and then they all just started beating the hell out of Hunter. I'm like, oh, we got a game on our hands, actually.
I sent Richard last week at some point or something. I was like, "Yep, been on the sheet since day one," and it's just under the flaws column for Audra, impulsive.
We
Yep.
couldn't tell.
Yeah. Yep. You played her the way you wrote her.
Hey, the good news is there's a really cool Valor Bard who's ready to go.
You almost ate it.
Yes.
Oh,
You
man.
almost beefed it hard.
I was a merciful DM. I could have just had.
I was about to say
It's
you could
true.
have gone like, what is it called when it's like overflow of
Massive
damage and they're
damage.
just fucking done? Yeah.
She
Yeah,
would have just checked
massive
through all of
damage
her death
Well, no,
saves.
Yeah.
basically, if they just kept going, they would have cut through all
They
of her
had
death saves.
they had I think 5 attacks remaining when I went down. So
I literally lost count. They had so many hits that they had.
it
I think the
was
last time massive damage happened was technically Van Warren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it? What happened to Van? I don't remember.
I don't remember, but it was like
I just remember it happened to him.
yeah, I was like, guys, technically this
I don't think we
was
never
not
really
a great deal.
Have we ever
I
used the
remember
massive
that.
damage rule? Yeah. Oh, it's optional. Okay.
Yeah.
I like
I mean it
I
definitely
do.
adds
I
some
do
stakes.
like it.
It's
like
neat. Yeah.
if you take so much damage, you should like.
right. Like if something comes
Mhm.
rolling through and like Rick
Mhm.
rolls your ass for like twice your like freaking HP level, you are dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna hit that end screen. It's
I didn't know we were done.
No, we still are. It's we're just doing a little end talking there. So, boy, that's an episode.
Yep.
Mhm.
Thank you for bearing through all of that exposition. I know it was a ton.
You say that like it was like a bad
No,
thing.
it was
but
all-
I,
it was
I
all-
very much enjoyed the session.
Yeah, we have
Okay,
we have a
cool.
lot of good setup now for
Mhm.
it's funny. I know we refer to this as like disc 2, but based on they're the heroes, it almost feels like I know you're going with FF7, but it almost feels like the FF10 and now we're in the 10-2. Like it actually feels like we're actually just in the sequel now, you know what I mean?
Oh, I only played a minute of 10-2 before.
Right?
I
And
was
I'm
like,
not a fan.
They keep
No.
doing Final Fantasy shit. I'm like, I don't get it.
It depends on which
honestly,
direction you go.
I'm
Sorry,
one
go
of the like 4 people who thought that Blitzball was really kind of fun.
A lot of
like,
people
that
do
was-
Blitzball.
As long as the only reason Blitzball was like such a bane on the existence of people that played Final Fantasy X was that it completely disrupted all momentum.
Yeah.
If you revisit Blitzball,
Yeah.
holy shit, that's fun.
Yeah, and
That is
like
a fun thing to play. But like when you're like, I was in the middle of something, you're not gonna make me no.
Yeah. That said, Richard, really cool sporting event tonight. Well done. That was a
Yeah.
really cool scenario in it. It did like the awesome storytelling thing of like it blended a couple threads together,
Mhm.
So, all right, bye stream. We'll see you next week with a whole lot of this.
Bye.
Oh fuck.